I'm out here telling women that marriage ain't about love. And every time I say that, people out here, oh, she's so bitter. She's
Music, please.
Two very talented young men whose mellow and exciting style of rapping has earned them a gold album in only their first try. They are EPMD.
The E double or the BMD, the E double or the BMD.
The mic's my only friend, and through the course of the party, I kill again and again. Through the course of the party, Mic check. Let's do this mic check. Who with me? I said, who with me? Who with me? Microphone check. I got on all black today. What's good? Welcome to the Wyatt Live 5:30 drive home show today. Happy Tuesday to you, Brenda Early, and to the whole Wyatt Live family. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I'm late. As you can see, I had an opportunity to change and do what I do. How about I go over a little bit today, since I kind of stole the early time. My apologies for being late. I was running late from the office, got here, was able to take my shower and slide on my hoodie. And here I am. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for taking your time and being part of what we do. I appreciate it. I don't know where to begin. I'm still shaking, like not in fear, but in somewhat anger for some things, man. Yeah, why y'all do this to me? This is my therapy. This is not my time to come in and it's my time to vent. But damn it, y'all got me venting like a choo-choo train. I just want to vent like a small little radiator. You know what I mean? Little push off a little heat every once in a while. Damn it, some of y'all be having me. I'm the lead engine on a 200 car train. And damn it, I'm venting hard. The smoke coming out and everything. Let me see if I got my video clips set up so I can push those at us here later on. Let me just make sure I got all that set up. I think we do. I'm pretty sure we do. Got a couple different interesting topics. I left off yesterday with letting you guys know what direction I was going to go in today with this. I'm going to wet your taste buds a little bit. If you read the title in today's show, that's kind of where we're going. I had this video clip of, a couple days ago, basically. Let me start from the beginning. A couple days ago, somebody said they're not drinking today. Who said that? Terry Coleman said, I'm not drinking today. Be gentle. Anyway, well, put your seatbelt on, Terry. It might be one of them days. Anyway, this is where I'm at. A couple days ago, I did a show. Last week, I believe it was. We did a show, and I was wondering why women, Brenda, y'all keep me going. She said, choo, 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 choo. I did a show last week, and I was just trying to figure out where the rage, if not rage, where is the concern from women? I don't care what color you are, ladies. Black, white, purple, green, red, white, and blue. Y'all know my saying. Why I don't know why there is an outrage about transgender men who want the rights of a woman. I mean, I don't think guys really care. I don't think us guys do y'all care? I don't think guys really care. But as a woman, I don't see why you want your rights to be equally divided with transgender community. Now, that's not a shot at the transgender community, not at all. I mean, if they take it that way, my apologies. I'm sure I'll get canceled. I mean, you can try. I only got 15, 16, 2,000 people. Okay, you're going to ruin it. Okay, that's fine. You can cut us. It is what it is. It's been a nice little run, shit. But I don't understand why women don't have much more of an outrage of their rights being challenged and equally divided amongst them with the transgender community. I don't think that men care about the transgender girls who go into the manhood. I don't think we really care. because I don't think men have any rights anyway. We just take shit. I mean, that's just being honest as I possibly can be. And I think a lot of women will, if you really think about what I just said, you would agree with it. The only reason why women are in the position that they are in when it comes down to having less than or whatever, you feel that men put you in those shoes. Like there's women right now that feel like if a man and a woman are doing the same job, that the woman is probably being underpaid, that the man is making more money. So now if you're a transgender man, I guess a woman to a man. I mean, shit, fellas, are we upset if they start making just as much money as us and more than the women and all that old shit? I mean, because I quite frankly don't believe that's the case. I think a lot of women don't go in and negotiate salaries. This is not 1954. This is not 1967. There was a point in time where women were doing the same jobs and being discriminated against. I understand that. But right now, CEOs, female CEOs are getting paid long dollars. Corporate CEOs, corporate vice presidents and presidents are getting paid long dollars. Brand managers are making long dollars. I know women that are making $250,000 a year with a corporate job. And I mean, that's the same kind of money men are making. So I don't really buy into the men are making more money than women doing the same job. If so, it's because men probably, and this is not a pun, I'm not pushing, nor am I trying to put someone down. I just think that men tend to have a little bit more, we hear no so much in our life that hearing a no for a job, when you go in and you ask for a job or you're applying for a job and the pay range is from, let's say, let's just use round numbers. It could be anywhere from 50,000 to 60,000 is the pay range. That's how they do jobs. If you ever apply for a corporate job or anything like that, they give you a pay range. And they say, well, based on your qualifications, based on what your background, based on some things, they'll say this job pays from 50,000 to 60,000. And I think some people just getting the job makes them feel like, okay, I'm in the door, and they may take the 52,000. You see what I'm saying? Which is 80% less than the max. Where some people will come in and like men who are used to being, told no way more than women. I mean, we're used to we face a lot of disappointment when it comes down to our wants and our needs. I know women do too, but I'm talking in a corporate level. I'm talking about when we hear things from people. We're not afraid of hearing no. And I think sometimes people undervalue themselves when they go in for these jobs because they feel like if I don't grab this job, like if a lady take the job and she say, if I don't take this job, I may not get this opportunity again. So she may not want to push the envelope as hard. I could be totally wrong, but this is from the experiences that I've seen and heard of. She may take the 52,000. Where the man come in, he may be offered the same amount, but he may push the envelope a little bit and say, hey, look, the max is 60,000. I just came from this, and he sold himself a little more. He came back to the table, maybe did a counter offer. I'm not saying we're smarter. I'm not saying we're braver. We just might take that little bit of a risk of saying, hey, I at least think I need to be at 56 or 57 because of these reasons here. And I'm going to tell y'all, both of you, all they can do is say, nah, no, you're not, no, we don't want to pay you close to the max like that. And then a great negotiator, I'm just going to be honest and tell y'all something I've been saying for 3 years now. We don't get what we deserve in life. We get what we negotiate. We get what we negotiate in life. We don't get what we deserve. So if they offer you 52,000 and you take it because now you're going to bust your ass and work harder than everybody that getting paid more than you, you actually kind of settled for that. Now, this is just one case scenario. I'm sure there's others. There's plenty others, but I see this a lot. And then you get in the company and you know, well, Tom is making 56. Gerald is making 58 and a half. And you feel underpaid. Well, no, you kind of accepted that. And I know that might sound kind of wrong to some people, but I've had personal friends on the female side we've had these conversations. And a couple of them were like, you're right. I went in and they told me what I was getting paid if I accepted the job. And I didn't pull back. I didn't negotiate. I didn't give them a counter. I didn't try to sell myself past it. They were just happy to get the job. Like everybody else. The man that got it for 56 or 57,000, he was happy to get it too. But he went in, I think, with a different value. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to put it down on women. I'm just going to be honest and tell you this. Look, ladies have to take it if it's there. It's not like that now, okay? Because women are coming out of college much more degreed than men are. That's a fact. And in our community, in the Black community, for every one Black man that's in college, there's 7 Black women. So, I mean, I'm not trying to make it a color thing. I just want y'all to know that there's a off balance. And it's been like that for 15 years now. So imagine where those graduates are going now. Women are kicking ass in the corporate field. They kicking ass, and the ones that are doing it are pretty silent. They're kind of falling back and saying, hey, I got mine. I watch them. I know a company right now that has a division that has it's a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion department for a big company. And I mean, you know, that department is going to be primarily minorities. And it's usually women. This department is 100% Black women. In that department, I would say probably between maybe 9 staffed in there. 9. They probably, and I'm just kind of doing the numbers in the top off my head as we go here. They probably somewhere in the realms of about 1.7 million dollars of the company's payroll annually. Think about that. That's an average of about $200,000 a year per person. Close to that. Them sisters getting bank. They getting bank. All right, so that's on that. Now, here's where I got to go with this thing. I didn't want to go here. I didn't want to do this, but I got to, because I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be me if I didn't address this. All right, I'm gonna go to my phone right here, right now, and I'm gonna pull up my Facebook page, and I want to read one in particular situation. I ain't gonna say the person's name. If you want to know it, all you gotta do is go to my page. Let's see here. Where is it? All right. So they didn't put it on my page. They actually responded. You know, I put this post up, and it was, what's her name? Sierra and LeBron James' wife. Now, I'm not going to talk about this long. Okay, I really ain't. Because I didn't see any people talking about some, I hope today going to be the last day that they stop talking about the Sierra thing. Not necessarily on the show. It's just trolls that be on Facebook that, since they probably can't say anything. I mean, Facebook don't force anybody to read any post. It's not like they force you to read an article or a post or anything. It's the most convenient piece of social media. You can scroll right. Look, watch this shit. Let me show y'all how to do it, just in case you don't know. Just in case you don't know, people. This is how you stroll past some shit. Just put your finger on there and go like this. Zzz. You can stroll past everything you don't want to see. It's that simple and that easy. So if somebody talking about Sierra and you don't want to talk about the shit, just hit the zzz. Here, let me show you one more time. Zzz. Go right past the shit. Nobody's forcing you. No one's forcing you to read what somebody's opinion is. Nobody. So this lady, of course it's a lady, she probably ain't got nobody. She make this post up. Not post, she shares my post. Of all things, you share some shit that you don't want nobody to be in. You share some shit that you say y'all need to mind y'all business. But you share it. If that's not the most Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall type shit I've ever heard in my life. Y'all, you could have left a message or a post. You could have left a message or a post under what I posted. Hold on, where is that? Hold on. Instead, you shared a whole damn post thing, yo. Let me see, where is it? And then let me tell you what she say. Hold on. Shit. I'm going to find it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to remember this name. You shared it. Post shares. You shared it. You shared this shit. And let me tell you what she said. Let me make sure it's a lady. Yeah, it got a lady face, but it could be the mama or something like that. I don't know. I'll just give you a hint. Yeah, it's a lady. It's a lady. All right. I was going to say the name, but I don't want to do all that. Just go to my page and you'll be able to see it because she shared it. She says 38 minutes ago, after taking my post from yesterday with Sierra and Russell Wilson, the couple, some call a power couple. I don't know about that. But she says to the post, she says, to whom this may concern, this is a shared post. She says, stay out the business of the rich and the famous. You are neither. Pray for them if you see something wrong. That is all. Sorry, I was reading something. I'm reading something. What we doing over here? Don't think on Facebook on do I got to control traffic over here? What y'all doing? On YouTube. Somebody threatening somebody? Are y'all just kidding? Y'all clowning? Let me know something, man. I don't want to be part of somebody, problems. If y'all having a problem and y'all doing some different shit out here, I don't really want to be part of that. All right, I don't want to be affiliated with if y'all getting like that. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Hey, if y'all look, let's stay in out of the name calling stuff if y'all don't mind amongst each other. You know what I mean? I know we all having good fun and this and this and that, but some people don't go like fun is not. That's not what they consider fun. Is self-defense. You understand? Self-defense is not fun to some people. Self-defense is real shit to people. So let's try not to put people on the defense. You know what I mean? Let's not offend people, please, if you don't mind. Okay, I appreciate it. But anyway, here's what I got a problem with. If you guys don't mind me telling you what I got on my mind. I know what y'all talking about on y'all mind over here. But if you don't mind, I want to say this. On social media, people are tripping over here. They're sharing my post, but yet they sharing the post and then saying something negative like this don't deserve energy. Like, why are we talking about this? Why are you sharing it? Why don't you just make a comment about it and tell people to just leave it alone. I hope we ain't gonna talk about this, not on the show, but they like, when y'all gonna stop talking about this shit? Well, we only known about it, it's been a day and a half now. So my thing is this: if you don't want to see any conversation or hear any conversation or read any conversation about Sierra Wilson or whatever, Sierra, then just stroll down it. Don't worry about it. Okay, Don't Think says, I'm gonna listen to the replay. I don't play men or trans men hurting our women. Yeah, see, this is what we don't want. We don't want having, goddamn, why do I have to referee some bullshit with grown folks? I appreciate you Don't Think. I don't know who you talking to. I mean, I don't know who y'all getting into it with. I really don't know. I could probably guess a name or two. But my apologies to any women that are on here that may be offended by what some of the things that may be said. My apologies to the men who may be offended on here that may get something said to them and it offends them. My apologies. I don't want to carry that type of stuff. This is what I tried to stay away from. I didn't want to really become the Jerry Springer show. The 2023 Black Jerry Springer. I didn't really want to become anything like that. So if we're going to have some fun topics, some controversial topics, people are going to have to act right. That's all I ask. Can we do that? Or I tell you what, you can go start your own show. And you can have all the crazy shit and call people names and y'all can cap all day at whatever time frame you decide to come on. But between, 5 and 7 or 5 and 8, please, let's cut the capping out on each other. Name calling and disrespecting. Just, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, let's be adults. Let's be adults and let's talk some shit about some people. I think I always wanted to say that. All right. Davis Denise, what's good? She says, I got to hear what you think of Sierra's dress. Do you mean me? Karate movie voice again. I'm moving in a delay. Am I moving in a delay again? My apologies, guys. I don't know what that is. I got full bars on the connection. All right. So if Davis Denise was talking to me, I was waiting for her to reply. If she's waiting on me I'm waiting on her to reply. Let me answer that question. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I didn't want to talk about this. Okay. She says yes. I didn't want to talk about this. Okay. But I'm going to let you guys know because I got another piece of ammunition for it. Okay. Here it is. This is the dress right here. Okay. Her and her husband. I don't think he's happy. That's just me. My opinion. I like the dress. I think it's dope. I think it's fire. I just don't think it's an appropriate situation when you with your family, when you're with your husband. But if her husband is okay with it, who am I to tell her not to wear it? But I'm saying she's a mother, she's a wife, and I don't know any man that has a backbone, or that, I shouldn't say a backbone, but I don't know any man that is okay with his wife coming out looking like this. I just haven't met one yet. Now, some of the people that have co-signed it, I've heard them say some real crazy shit out here in life too. I've seen them say some things about some women that y'all don't appreciate. But those are the same men that think that this is okay. So y'all can kiss and make up now, because I've seen some disrespectful people or heard some disrespectful things co-sign this outfit. This is the back of the outfit. Here's my thing. I heard a lot of things, and I heard a lot of people saying stuff like, this was a award show. This was a fashion show. This was a some type of little, event or something, and all the other women were dressing like that. I don't care if all the other women are dressing like that because it's the theme. My wife wouldn't be in a theme like this. I wouldn't promote a theme like this. That's just my personal feelings. And that's where I was at with it. And there's some people that just have different morals than others. Some people put money over principles and morals, and they say, well, hey, she getting paid $1 million. Well, what's $1 million when you have when y'all valued at 220 million. It's more than just the money to people like that. It's an attention seek. To be honest with you, it's probably more on the narcissist side as far as I'm concerned. And you can say, y'all can say whatever you want to say. I don't condone Beyonce. The difference between this picture of Beyonce and the picture of Ciara is very simple and clear to me. This is a promotion of an album or a tour or something. It was done in a studio, and she's not walking around with 1 million people at an event. Now, I've discovered there's been some dresses that Beyonce has worn, and it wasn't quite this, but damn it, it was one string or two away from being just like that. I don't condone that from Beyonce. But now let me stick to the subject. Check the background out of this picture. Okay? Just look at the background. You see the background? Now I'm going to show you, this is Russell Wilson's wife, Ciara. And here's LeBron James' wife at the same event. The same event, the same night. Now, I know I put this post up today, right? I put them side by side. And of course, I'm being misogynistic. I'm being discriminative. I'm putting women against women. That was never the conversation. My question was primarily to the fellas yesterday is, would you allow your wife to go out looking like that? I don't give a damn if we go into a haunted house or whatever the event is. It's just not a man. I don't know a man that's respectful that wants his wife to be viewed upon like that. That's not art to me. That's just me. I don't see the painting like you see the painting. Now, when you got someone who's elegant, classy, as far as I'm concerned, show up to the same event, bang. Someone that I've always told y'all is a true queen. Mother of children. How would she look wearing some shit like that? And your husband play basketball. Her husband is a professional athlete. She got 2 boys. She got 2 sons and a daughter. How do you explain that? And then how do you, as the NBA guy, LeBron James, how do you go in the locker room when you got pictures like this of your wife out in the streets? This is all about how much you respect your husband. And the ladies that defend this, I'm not mad at you, but I ain't never seen none of y'all walking around Cincinnati looking like this. I ain't never seen y'all down at the casino with your ass out like this. I ain't never seen that. So I'm trying to understand where all the damn co-signing coming from. That's all I'm saying. And if it's just because you're trying to like make a point, because men can be misogynistic and shit, well, think about this. Think of how far back things like this set women. This set women back a lot, as far as I'm concerned. You got creeps out here that are going to try to turn your little girls into being women that want to do shit like this. That's just my opinion. That's why I respect the hell out of LeBron James for being the family man. He took this queen right here from high school. They've been dating since the 9th grade. Since the 9th grade. And this is what I want LeBron James to promote more of. It's these type of situations. I've always said that. Y'all know I've always had a special thing for LeBron James. Check this out. LeBron and Savannah James have been together for 20 years. High school picture and a current picture. When you see this couple, now this is a power couple. This is a power couple who align their family up to do positive things. And then here's the other thing that kind of pissed me off about this, and then I'm going to leave it alone. Everybody want to bring up somebody else. Somebody always want to bring up, well, y'all didn't say that shit when J-Lo did it. Y'all didn't say that when I don't know, Madonna did it. You didn't say that so basically, or when Beyonce did it, or whoever. So basically what you're trying to say is, because we don't hold we didn't hold someone accountable at a certain time, that validates this one. Like, we didn't have the same outrage or anger or whatever you want to call it. Since we didn't do it then, why are we doing it now? What does that have to do with what she has on? I know that's the scapegoat move. Well, y'all didn't do that when J-Lo. So now you got to explain your J-Lo shit. You got to explain, well, J-Lo wasn't married with kids. Or you got to sound like you're making up excuses for J-Lo. So now let me ask you a question. If a little boy get in trouble for stealing at the store, he's a little black dude, but him and this little white dude go into the same store, and the little black boy gets caught stealing, and the little white boy get away. They don't even know he was doing it. Is your argument, well, y'all ain't say nothing about him stealing. Y'all ain't say nothing about him stealing. You see how stupid that sounds to me? It sounds stupid to me that you willing to say you pressing down on the black kid because he got caught stealing, but you ain't doing nothing to the white kid. And you see what you doing to that kid that got caught stealing? You're not even focusing in on what he did bad. Now, he probably still get his ass whooped, but you're still allowing this person to hear an excuse. An excuse. You need to leave all that same energy of correcting that kid that got caught. Damn what other people are doing. Focus in on me. Focus in on what we got going. On me. And the only reason why I said something about Sierra is because it was a question to my fellas. I've been called everything in the book. Misogynistic and trying to put black women against each other and all this old shit. No, I'm not. Y'all say hurtful shit to each other than I do. I don't, no, I'm not. You just need an excuse for some dumb shit. That's all. You just need an excuse for some dumb shit to happen. Put that same energy into why you making a mistake. The kid got caught stealing in the store. You want to say, but the white boy did it too. The white boy did it too. So what? So y'all know that's when parents go up to the schools. I'm rezoning my thought, but it's on the same principles. Y'all know when parents go up to the school, the reason why the parents get into a fight, because they have that mentality right there. It ain't never to go up there and really correct the problem. That might be your intentions. But if you live a certain way and you think in a certain way and you live off a certain kind of rules and you get up there and you get to arguing with the other parent and the principal and all this old shit, because it happens every day in CPS, whether it's at one school or another school, it happens every day. Parents are in them schools arguing at the teacher, arguing at the parents, at the principal, and then arguing at the other parent that they kid got into it with the kid of that parent. They do it every day. Why would you go up there and get into a fight with another kid's parent? Let's go to the phone lines. I think someone's there holding. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, Wyatt, what's going on? This Key. How are you?
Hey, Key. How you doing? Good.
Okay.
I need to hear a calm voice right now. What's good with you, Key? How you feeling?
Nothing. I see you continuing from yesterday with the conversation, huh?
I didn't want to. I got two other things, but see, some people hit me up in the not messenger, but they put some words in the post. Some even shared the post and had some crazy shit to say. So I thought I would address it.
Oh, okay. I was watching Extra today. I think that was the Oscar she was at with that on, because Mario Lopez, you know they show Best Dressed, or just show like people walking down the carpet,
Yeah.
and they show her, and they were saying that's Sierra, and then he said, leave nothing left to the imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. I had seen it in a captured of one of the pictures too. You know how when you take a picture off the internet or something and down in the corner it has like the event name or something? It said the Oscars on it, but then I let some other people talk and they were talking about how it was some type of gala or something for a some type of event, some fashion show event. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. So then, I start getting a lot of pictures of other women wearing those same outfits. And they're asking, where's the outrage in them? And then what I'm saying to those same people that put that out there is this: show me those same women that's wearing that same identical dress in a different color. Show them with their husbands. See, my question or whatever was never, is she a bad word? I never called her a bad word. I posed all my energy towards the husband. Would you allow your woman to come outside looking like this in front of other people? That was my focused question. And everybody want to try to make it seem like, we don't have energy for other people when they do it, specifically the ones that were at that same event. Key, you understand? They didn't put it on my page, and showed how we focusing on Sierra and making it hard on her and this and this and that. But y'all ain't saying the same shit about the white ones that's wearing the dress. And all I'm saying is, where are they husbands? I mean, they're not sitting there holding hands with their husband and taking runway shots, red carpet shots with their husband.
Yeah, and I think like with Sierra and her husband, because I know you were saying something like a lot of people were saying like about the look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like that on a lot of events that they're out. I think like he's trying to get like like that modeling face type vibe to go with her vibe. Because a lot of pictures that they take together, he has like that look on his face or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But
well, the pictures that I showed yesterday, Key, he was smiling. He was chi-chiing, kikiing. But I get it. Those were family-oriented pictures. I'm showing them now. They weren't, adult type pictures or fashion runway type stuff. You know what I mean? It wasn't that. I mean, but it is what it is.
And that's what the outfit could have been too, because a lot of people, when they go to different events and they go to fashion shows, they go like either the day before or the hour before or however before, like a different like awards events. Because like for example, Lady Gaga, I don't know if you'll find a picture of her from the Oscars. She was at a fashion event and this girl walked down the runway and they take the outfit right off the runway from the person so they can wear it to the event.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Gaga, she had on something like Sierra's, not like hers was sheer at the top, and then her in the back was where you saw her behind. It was like sheer black, and then all her behind was hanging out the back, but the front was covered, like a dress in the front, and then like low cut, like halter top. And then in the back was all sheer, and it was drooped down real low with her butt showing. I don't know if you've seen that picture.
Nah, I can imagine. I know Lady Gaga is really wild, and she wear a lot of stuff that's revealing, and sometimes she wear a lot of stuff that you can barely see her body. You can barely see her. Period. She'll walk out with a box on. So she's one of those type of people that express herself through clothing as well. But that don't justify a woman. If she was married with children and wore that same Sierra dress, I would feel the same way I feel about Sierra being in it. And it has nothing to do with Sierra, so to say, Key. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is
I hear what you're saying,
the man.
and then I think like what Alethea was saying yesterday is like how you saying like allow or whatever, which is kind of seems like, you know what I'm saying, when you making that comment, like yeah, you were saying it to the fellas, but like when you saying it, it's kind of like okay, territorial or like ownership of the woman, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where you probably got a lot of the hits with the conversation as well.
I use
but
the
like
word.
I say, a lot of them celebrities, they do that stuff like they go with the trend, and like I say, they like a lot of these videos now with these girls. That's how they dressing in the videos. That's how they doing like promote, like she's saying Beyonce with her promotion, and a lot of runways. They're wearing that stuff down the runways on different fashion shows. So that could have been an outfit that came straight off the runway, and she looked at it like that's hot. I'm gonna wear that to the Oscars. So a lot of them they go with that. It probably wasn't nothing in her wardrobe collection or something. She say, "Oh, I'm about to go out and shock them." That like a lot of that is like fashion related. I don't know if you checked it out or check it out, but a lot of them fashion shows, they are like topless like that with nothing on, sheer, and then like they're dressed like that on the runways. That's how they're doing it now.
Yeah, I get it. I don't get. Look. Here go the thing, Key.
But you, because you like she was saying, you a family man, and you ain't with the trends, and it's like, no, that ain't what my wife wholesome gonna be walking around with. But a lot this new age stuff, they go with the trends.
Yeah, well, they can trend themselves to death. I don't care. All I'm saying is when you have kids and you have responsibilities, or when you're an influencer, I think you owe, you know, women and little girls. Keep in mind, we talking about Sierra. If we really want to start talking about, I don't want to get technical with it because I don't want people to think I'm a Sierra hater. I haven't heard a Sierra song in I don't know how long. It's been so long. I've never heard one of her songs since she's been married. I don't know if she writes songs or performs songs now that talk about family oriented stuff. That's none of my business. Maybe she does, maybe she don't. All I remember are the songs that she's talked about my goodies, and she talked about women live and women rights and you don't need no man and all that type of shit. Is all the songs I ever heard her talk about. And that's just primarily what I know about her. And now she's married with children, and I just thought this was disrespectful that she would wear something like this. I never even said that in the post that I thought it was disrespectful. I just asked the guys, would you, and I didn't use the word allow. I think I said let. I said, would you let your wife, and here's the thing, guys know what I mean when I say, would you let your wife wear this? And look, for the ladies that don't understand what I mean, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, and men know you gonna do what you gonna do. Okay, when I say let, fellas know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying put her ass on a chain and ball and keep her in the basement of the house, don't let her go anywhere and do anything. She's gonna do what she wants to do. I'm just saying we would have an argument before her ass left the house. You understand what I'm saying? We would argue. We would fight. We would definitely argue. You can't go out there in that. And I sure in the hell ain't going out with you. I'm just not gonna do it. And that's just where principles come over money for me. Just principles come over money for me. And the same ladies that have defended it are just talking shit. Because I ain't never seen they ass half-ass, not even half dressed like that. Not
You ain't
even
been looking in the
halfway
right
dressed like that.
places, Wyatt.
Huh?
You ain't been looking. They out there.
Oh,
I'm just
no,
messing
not
with
no
you.
wives. Not no wives.
They out there. You
Wives?
just ain't seen them. When it
Wives?
get like 100 degrees, they out
I
there.
ain't talking about booty shorts and shit like that. I'm saying wives, respectful men with wives. They wives are out there looking like that?
I probably so.
Okay.
Cause like I said, they going with the trend now. Cause a lot of times you can wear like those. A lot of people are wearing like the swimsuit sarong thing. Like they wear that as an outfit when it's hot like that.
Yeah.
So you just ain't seen, you ain't in the right areas.
Well, it's not
But
okay.
it's out there, like I
That's
said,
fair.
it's all with the trends or
That's
whatever.
fair. It's
And
fair to
then
say that.
it's liberated. Sometimes it's liberating for people to go out like that. Like, okay, I'm this age and I still got it. Or like I said, a lot of that stuff is with the trends now, because if you look at all these videos now and like I say,
That's the problem right there,
catwalks and
Keith.
all that stuff.
That's the problem.
Award shows, performances, is like everything is like shock factor into another level. And okay, this is the hot ta-da right now.
Well, let me ask you something, Key. What's your thoughts on the dress? Would you wear it? Not you. She look good in it and all that. I'm asking, would you wear it?
I wouldn't wear it per se. And then I was wondering too, sometimes, with the lighting, I was like, maybe when she left, it wasn't see-through like that, but then that it hit a certain light and you can see everything, because sometimes outfits do that. So I wasn't for sure, like, what was going on, but I wouldn't wear it.
Well, I
Or
put
whatever.
a
But if I was confident like her and walking around in the model, because like you got to understand too, she's a model, like Miss Alethea was saying. A lot of models are comfortable walking out like that because they're whipping the runway and walking like that down the runway with stuff on like that. So it's like it's second nature. And then I'm trying to think if she was on something like nude.
This is
I'm
not.
trying to
This
think,
is
was it
not
a milk
about. This is
commercial
not
where
about
she was on there
confidence.
nude?
This is not about confidence and self-esteem or any of that. This is about how do you represent your family? Let me ask you something, Key. Is there an outfit that you can think that's probably that you could think in your mind or anyone, put it in the screen. I'm asking everyone watching, including Key. Is there an outfit out there that you feel that a man shouldn't wear in public because it might be too revealing or it might be something wrong with it that where it might be disrespectful to his wife? Is there an outfit that exists out there, ladies, other than speedos or some shit like that? Is there an outfit that you feel is inappropriate that a man could wear out there?
Yeah, and see, and then see, I hear you, why, but then too, we gotta look at it like how she was saying, they're on a different they're celebrities and on a different stratosphere than us regular. Like we view stuff like, okay, this is family stuff. Okay, you did being disrespectful, and then a lot of them look at it like I'm nobody's role model. Your family is your role model. You know what I mean? So, and then she probably looking at it like, okay, I'm not. I don't think it's disrespectful or tasteless.
Well, let me.
I don't look at it that way.
I understand that. I understand that. And just like Boo over at the hair salon, Boo hair guidance said, "What's good, Boo?" She said, "It's not about representing your family. They are at an adult event. They're at an open event. There's no such thing as an adult event when they have photo paparazzi and they have people that are taking pictures. The world is watching. The world is watching. And if it's at the Oscars, it's definitely a photo op. Everything is photo there. All I'm saying is, these photos are going to get out to the world. They're going to get out. And she has a daughter. She has a little girl. She got 2 boys. I couldn't imagine if my daughter, I don't know how I would feel if my daughter was, first of all, if my daughter wore something like that in public, I would think that I did something wrong because I'm a self-checker. That's me. And then I would also say to my wife, I would tell her, my daughter's husband ain't shit. That's what I would say. That's me. Those are my principles. Because I would say he don't have a backbone. I don't think that look, king and queens, they just, they have displayed different things in life. Kings would let concubines walk around looking crazy, but the queen was never the one that looked crazy. That's just how I feel about it. And I don't think Sierra is a bad person. I doubt that. I understand how. I lived in Europe. I know what fashion is all about. I know how people walk around and go to things, and I get it. I get all of that. It's just there's a certain point in your life, if you're going to take that step of being married, there's a level of respect that comes with that with your spouse. Now, I do understand that maybe her spouse is okay with it, but I still think there's a level of respect that you show the world. Like okay, just, respect, Key, could be said and unsaid. Like I said yesterday, your actions show respect as well as your words. And I just thought it was a little disrespectful that she would go out wearing something like that and have, you know, um, men know what's going on with the Russell Wilson. We know what's going on with the Russell Wilson guy. All right, he starstruck or some old shit. He got her somewhere. I'm telling you, I'm getting Jada Smith vibes. That's all I can tell y'all. What else you got, Key? I'm gonna move on because I got some other things to talk
Not
about.
much. I was just calling in, just like I say, just talking on the subject, and then just like I say, just giving some insight on it. And like I say, as far as like that's the trend with different models, and like I say, that's where they're going with it. And like I say, she's has a family, but she's not looking at it like, okay, I'm disrespectful to anybody. And then she's probably looking at it like, okay, young girls, you be liberated with your body. You know what I mean? It could be something like that or whatever. Like know what I'm saying, you decide or whatever what you do with your body and how you promote your body. It could be like a cluster of things. You know what I mean?
I understand.
As far as that.
I understand. All right,
So
Key.
yeah.
I'm gonna move
All
on now because
righty.
I'm trying to get off of this, man.
What
really,
topic you moving on to? Come on, we're gonna move on together with it.
well, I'm gonna go
We're
into
gonna
a
go
couple.
ahead and move into it, and then I'm gonna hang up. What
I'm
you
gonna, I'm
talking
gonna,
about now?
I'm gonna go into this thing of if women today, do they really feel like marriage is a contract? Is it not a partnership, or it's something? I'm gonna play a clip. I'm gonna play a clip and get some feedback off of it.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, well, yeah, it just seemed like, well, a lot of people, I don't hear like marriage talk, like how that old school, I'm saying that was tradition and you get married and this and that and you date and you open up door. I don't hear stuff like that anymore. Open up doors and, be a gentleman and all that other stuff.
Well,
So
I mean,
I
you
don't
know
know if
what?
it's not being passed down anymore to the younger generation
No,
or
I mean
what.
it is.
But
It
it's
is.
like everybody is angry.
It is.
This younger generation now is
This
angry.
listen, Keith. Russell Wilson is that type of husband. He opened doors. He bring it. He's probably the ideal husband for a woman that'll run over a man. I said what I
Mhm.
said, and I know a lot of ladies gonna be mad at me, but it's a lot of fellas that know what I'm talking about right now. There's a lot of ladies that probably pissed off at that comment, but there are men that know exactly what I'm talking about, and men can see it. This. I mean, I'm not mad at Russell Wilson. I'm not mad at him or Sierra. There's just certain things that men understand that women are, you know, look, marriage is something that is sacred. There's a lot of things that go on with marriage, and one of the things that you want to do with your wife is keep her sacred. You want to keep her. You. That's why, like I told people yesterday, that Muslims keep their women covered because there's several different reasons, but one of the main reasons is to keep her sacred. And that's just, it's a very high level of respect. And I just think it's disrespectful for a man to first of all, I don't know if I don't know him, so I don't know what his makeup is of how long he had to get convinced that she was okay wearing it, or if she just did it anyway, or maybe he's all the way on board with it. I don't know. So I can't really speak on that. I'm speaking from an everyday guy because I've already been called that I'm not rich and famous, that I'm not in the fashion world and all that old shit. But that's beside the point of what we're even talking about. But that's the same people that say we didn't say anything about J Lo having it on. We didn't say nothing about, we didn't say nothing about anybody else. I don't care about anybody else. I'm talking about this one. I don't know how many of y'all ladies would have your kid marry a woman that'll walk around looking like that. I mean, that's just me. I would be mad if I had a son and he married a woman that had no problem being that disrespectful in his face.
Yeah, well, that'll do it.
All right, Key. Hey, thanks for calling in, Key. I appreciate you.
All right, everybody, like, subscribe, comment, chat in that chat. Go ahead and put them comments in there about Wyatt on Facebook and YouTube, and you say Twitch. You got one person on Twitch?
Got about 16 on Twitch right now.
Oh, okay. Everybody on Twitch, go ahead and spam up them comments. Let Wyatt know how you feel. All right, Wyatt.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate you, Key. Thank you.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's go to the phone line. Sorry, guys. We only got one phone line, okay? So whenever someone's on the line, try to hold off before you call, or you're going to keep going over to the voicemail. I'm operating with one line right now. Let's go to the phone lines. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is Miss Boo.
Miss Boo, how you doing this evening? You frying somebody hair up over there?
I knew you was gonna ask me if I was frying some chicken or selling some liquor. I'm not.
How you doing this evening?
I'm good, Wyatt. How you doing?
I'm holding on, sister. What's good? What's on your mind?
You know I got a lot on my mind with this here topic you got going on right now.
Okay. What's good?
Okay, so this is the thing for me. We in society are asking people to have morals, values, standards, and beliefs that us as normal, average people have. We can't expect that from people who will fornicate, commit adultery in marriages based on a dollar amount. And what I mean when I say that is Sierra, Lady Gaga, all of the Holly Berry, Jada Pinkett, all of these celebrity women come with a dollar price. I'm sorry. So when it comes to commitment and relationship, if I can give her $10,000 and she gonna go on set and swap out spit with a whole nother man, ain't that committing adultery?
You talking about like if they're in a relationship of some sort, or just
If I'm married. So
okay,
my Sierra's married to Russell Wilson. We'll use them as the example since that's who we're discussing.
okay,
Right?
yep,
They're married. In marriage, it says adultery is what? When you are lusting after or even having any type of sexual contact with another person outside of your marriage, right?
correct. That's right.
So we asking people who don't share the same values, moral standards, and beliefs to share those same moral standards,
I
values, and
understand.
beliefs, and they don't.
I understand your
It's
point.
you understand where I'm going with that?
I do.
So it's like we're putting an expectation on these people to be an influence in our children's life. Again, asking the public to help raise our children when they don't hold no sense of responsibility for our children. Remember what Cardi B said when she first came out, and everybody was saying how she was an influencer and people's kids was looking up to her. She's a role model and all this and that. Remember what did she say, Wyatt?
I
She said.
go ahead. Tell me.
Mm,
I don't really follow
she
Cardi B. So
Yeah, well, she said, I'm not no role model for nobody's child. She said, I'm here to make my money.
mm-hmm.
She don't care pretty much about what your kids see, what your kid looking up to. She don't care nothing about none of that.
Right.
It's for us as parents to help our children understand these people are paid to influence sex,
Right.
influence disbelievable behaviors, to actually keep our children in this type of culture that
Yep.
keeps them rich.
Yep.
That's all they there for. So when we look and we idolize these relationships, we really need to know what we idolize. And I know some people gonna be mad when they hear me say this, but I ain't no flag waving Christian, but I do believe in the word.
I understand. No, you got
And
a good
and
point. You got a great
hmm
point. You got a good point. You got a great point.
yeah,
And
yeah. And in the
that.
word it says, do not worship false idols.
There you go.
And a lot of us think, oh, that means just the cross, or that means the elephants, or that means the Buddha. False idols is a false deity, and false deity is a person.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
we in the wrong right there, even if we even requesting or requiring them to do things that's of a certain standard of moral belief. We ain't got time for that. They getting paid to sashay around in a $20,000 dress or a $20,000 thong or whatever to keep Gucci, who stole their emblem from Africa, Fendi, who stole their emblem, their little logo from Africa. All of these places who thieves stole, did this, that. That's all we paying for, promoting and really admiring
Okay.
is a label, a brand, and a name. The person who putting it on ain't nothing but a paid prostitute.
There you go,
It's just
sis.
a different type of prostitution.
You know,
So we
let
gotta
me
teach
stop you,
our
boo.
kids
Let
better.
me stop you, Miss Boo. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay. Because, if I come on this show as a man and say exactly what you said, I'm a misogynistic asshole dude. I appreciate you, Queen, for coming on here saying something elegantly, respectful. And I really appreciate that. Okay. Because I got in my feelings a little bit because people really wanted me, this thing called manipulation is strong and it keeps a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people silent, and we know what's right and what's wrong, and we didn't been adjusted to dysfunction. You understand? Like, dysfunction is so
Mm-hmm.
normal for some people now that they try to
Mm-hmm.
explain the normalcy to everybody else, and if we don't get it, we sound stupid. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm
But
like,
you know
wait a
what,
minute.
Wyatt? I'm going to piggyback on that right there. And I know it's other people trying to call. The society that we're living in, abnormal is now normal.
Thank you.
And normal is abnormal. And you will be criticized
That's
about the
that's
normal
that's right.
behavior. You're going to be ostracized. You're going to be called out your name. You're going to be belittled because think about this. Those people who are living not above the standard of what we should be living. They don't want you to feel like you doing better than them.
Hmm.
They need a group of people to feel like they belong.
There you go.
Most of us are looking for the approval of people instead of looking for the approval of our higher power, whoever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Miss Boo. Thank you very much. You took a whole lot of weight off my shoulders because, like I
Wyatt,
said, I
you
can't
keep
say
on
what you
doing
say.
what you're doing, and guess what? That's why you're going to keep on getting viewers. It's going to keep on getting bigger because the confrontational, the uncomfortable is what these people need, and that's what they're going to be attracted to because they like the opposite.
Yeah.
So keep on doing it. Keep on pushing forward. You're going to keep getting support just like you've been getting it from me. Once Crystal showed me your show, I've been watching it every time I could catch you.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Boo. Like I said, you took a lot of weight off of my back because sometimes I call my sisters, I call out just by saying what I'm saying, and I need somebody to come in, and I'm not being argumentative with you. Even if we had a different opinion, it would be fine. But sometimes a man needs a woman to say things that women need to hear. Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of a man saying it, sometimes y'all need to hear it from another woman. And it's just like men. Sometimes men can be checked much better at how to be a better father, how to be a better man. If it comes from a man, it just hit different. You understand what I'm saying? A woman could sound naggy to a man that is trying to be the best he can be, and she'll just sound like a straight you know what to him in his mind, a nagging ass you know what. But if a man comes say it, he hear it different. You see what it just hit different. So thank you for being here tonight and putting it out there the way you did. It was elegant, it was beautiful, and I'm glad it came from a female, a woman, a queen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you. I appreciate you. A good night, sweetie.
Good night to you. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I missed a call from Tracy. Y'all been calling all at the same time. Tracy, it's not too late unless you already done pulled off. Unless you're in front of your door camera. I don't know what stopped you from calling all the time. You always had your door camera or some shit, and you be like, Now, see, you didn't let CK beat you. You didn't let you know how CK don't give a damn about a shot clock. He don't give a damn about a shot clock. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's CK. What's up, bro?
Oh shit, CK. Damn, I was trying to hit the button to send Tracy to the. All right, call back. Damn. Okay, CK, you there?
Yeah, you hung right up on me, man.
Nah, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, let me see if I can get y'all on here. Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. We gonna do something special. Are you there, Tracy?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna try to do this crazy thing real fast. Let me see if I can do this.
Yes,
CK,
sir.
are you there?
Yep.
Tracy, you there?
Oh Lord, what are we doing?
We just gonna do some different shit today. I'm just
This
gonna
ain't
try.
no boxing match today.
I'm Team CK, all right, but I'm Team Tracy as well. We just gonna try something different because y'all keep calling at the same time. So I'm thinking,
is that we battling for the phone line?
No, we ain't gonna do no phone battle. We're not gonna do a phone battle, but you know what? We might have just created a show tonight. Phone battle.
Right.
Oh shit.
We the first.
We might got something special going on here.
Tracy?
I feel like I was calling WCIN's Love Line back in the day. Remember when you try and call and request that song and it'd be busy the whole time?
Yeah. My bad. You know, we popular over here. Yeah, I mean, we popular.
I told you this was the topic, right? I said, hey, you hit him. You killed him with this topic.
All right, so let me ask you, CK, you go first real fast. What's on your mind, man? I got the shot clock on, though.
Okay, I just want to say that the problem is people don't like people to be happy for themselves. They want them to live for somebody else. I was telling you yesterday, this is what makes Russell and his wife happy. He like her showing her ass when they go out.
Okay.
She butt naked in the bedroom. She throw that on. How you like this, baby? He like, shoot, I love that. You mind if I wear this out with you? Hell yeah. I don't care where you at. You can wear that.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You would want all your boys to see what's up underneath your woman's dress?
Oh no, not me personally.
Wait a minute.
Oh, this gonna be good.
Out, right?
This gonna be good.
You want your daddy to see it? You want your mom to see it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not the type of guy that would do that. But remember, he took a picture with his face in his wife's ass, holding her stomach while she was pregnant. So this is how they roll.
But
so
you believe in the trophy you carrying around the trophy, because that's the impression that you automatically gave me.
No, that's what they did. I'm just saying, why are people downing them for how they like to have fun, how they enjoy their marriage?
I don't think they're necessarily downing them per se, CK, but as a woman, and for me, even I agree with Wyatt today. I almost choked. I was like, damn, I agree with Wyatt today. I don't want my boys bringing anybody. Like, prom season is coming, right? And I have my last kid getting out of school. And if he brought his girl over here and she had on something like that, I would shut the door in her face and in her parents' face. And my son wouldn't be going to the prom, not with her. But it's just, you have to have a level of dignity and respect. And the first thing that I thought, and I don't know where Russell and Sierra's kids were, but when my husband and I used to step out and we'd walk by our kids and say goodbye, I can't imagine walking by my children in that dress saying, Mommy and Daddy will be back. We're going out for a minute. What the hell?
Right. And I think that's most people's perspective, but they're special people. They do
not.
things.
They're just
people.
They're not special. I keep telling y'all.
No, listen what I'm saying. Just because you and your husband not swingers don't mean it's not swingers out there that exist. So what do you say?
I don't want to go as far as calling them swingers, but why do we make celebrities special people? They just have a different tax bracket.
Ain't nothing special about them.
No, listen what I'm saying. They have the right to enjoy their marriage the way, if that makes them feel good. That's the part of living in America. Why in Muslim countries you got to be dressed, cover up everything. But in America,
and in a part of America, if you live in the spotlight, people have a right to criticize because you put your business out there.
Right.
So
right.
You're not living in a bubble. You're not living in the dark. You're parading around in front of the world, and people are gonna have an opinion.
She got you there.
Yeah, they're gonna have an opinion. They're gonna have an opinion.
She got you there, CK. You gotta turn up a little bit. You gotta turn up a little bit, CK. She got you there.
Hey, what they call it, different strokes for different folks. Like one of your commenters said, some people enjoy stuff that you wouldn't do. You can't say, well, since you wouldn't do it, they're wrong. No, that's wrong if you did it because you don't believe in that shit. But they believe in that. So, like I said, he took a picture holding his wife's pregnant belly with his face in her ass with the kid. And this is what they did. A lot of people wouldn't have did that. So obviously they like doing freaky shit publicly.
But I just think we put celebrities on way too high of a pedestal, and I think
it's not a high pedestal.
Can I interject here? Can I interject here?
But they should be held to the same morals and standards.
Can I interject
here?
Even
if you don't want to be, let me just say this real quick. Even if you don't want to be a role model, there are kids that look up. There are little girls that look up to Sierra. There's little girls that look up to Cardi B. And they have daughters. But I mean, like somebody said on another page, there won't be a time when Sierra will ever be able to tell her daughter, girl, you can't wear that. Yes, the hell I can, Ma, because you wore it.
That's some real shit, right?
That's real, but that's what she believes in. They believe, just like Amber Rose believe in the slut walk. Some women believe in having sex with it as much as you want, showing your ass. Some women dress revealing. Some women don't. Some women dress conservatively.
Y'all mind if I get
so
a word?
So it's a war between conservative and freaky dressed women. It's a war going on.
This might be the new war, but
you guys mind if
I can pick my battles? But go ahead, Wyatt.
Y'all mind if I get one word in real fast? I mean, I'm enjoying this because
you started this new shit. Look what you got.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you know the new workout. Let me put my popcorn down because I'm eating my Garrett's popcorn while I listen to this great show. Okay, y'all giving us a great show, but I'd like to interject in something and say something. I don't want to take sides, but I will say this to pose this to both of you. I understand where Tracy Dillahunt is coming from. She's leaning towards the side that I am. I heard her say it when I was going to get my popcorn, and she sides with me, and it's making her stomach hurt a little bit that she had to side with me. Okay, I get it. But now, CK, I got a question for you. Let me ask you: Do you think it's fair that the rich people pay less in taxes than regular folk out here?
Is it fair that
Yeah,
rich
you hear
people
your
should
president, Joe
pay
Biden,
less?
telling everybody that the rich need to pay their fair share, right? Do you feel
Right.
that rich people should pay the fair share of taxes like the regular folks out here?
Yes, I think yes.
Okay,
I
so
think
why
that's
is that?
unfair to
Why do
the
you think
poor.
rich people should pay their fair share? Because of what reason? Because
Well,
they
because
regular
they
people,
have
right?
it.
No, it ain't because they
Yep.
got it. It's because they people. They take taxes out of your check. They take taxes out of everybody's check. They take taxes out of the rich people check. But what makes them so special that they get special
Come on, Wyatt,
rules?
with it.
You feel what I'm saying, Trace?
Drive it home.
You see what I'm saying? What makes rich people so special that they can't abide by the same morals and principles and rules that the regular society live by? See,
I don't
y'all.
consider myself a commoner. Look, I
No,
ain't
no,
regular.
no. What I'm saying to
I
you
know
is
I'm
this.
not saying that you're saying, but that's what
No,
people always say.
no. What I'm
us
saying is
regular
they
people.
always make excuses for celebrities when in fact they just human beings. They human
it.
beings
That's
and they
all.
don't deserve any more treatment or any special excuse. How do you think the dude who do you think the Weinstein guy out there who was having sex with the little girls deserved to be off because he's a celebrity and he had access to all of that? No, he should go to jail just like a dude that live in the hood. What makes him
selling
special?
crack.
You see how y'all always want to put them on the same level when it come down to civility and it come down to morals and respect and send their ass to jail too, make them pay taxes too. But then when they do dumb shit by influencing our neighborhoods by wearing tattoos on their face and gold chains and
That's
dresses
just the
showing
world
their
they
ass.
live in.
I'm sorry. When they do,
that's just the world they live in. That's what they do.
yeah. That's the excuse. That's the excuse. But see, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. They either have to be morally or not moral. Either way.
But let's take the celebrity out of it. Why? You could take the celebrity out of it.
You sure can. That's what we asking y'all to do.
And I'm saying, as a married couple, if he's happy with his wife showing her ass out in public, that's they fucking business.
It is.
If you want to judge that, you try, and that's what breaks up marriages because other motherfuckers listen to other people's opinions. But if you just happy with your happiness, if Russell happy and Sierra happy, nobody can mess up the thing.
See,
now, when you start listening to people like you, that
CK.
could cause a divorce.
Hold on, CK.
If he listen to people like
CK.
me and Wyatt, then you know his marriage is doomed anyway.
There you go.
No, wait a minute. Let me.
You made my point for me.
No, let me take it like this. It's not a matter of them listening to me or listening to Tracy or anybody that opposes what she wears. There's a level of respect that you have to show the world when you in the front of the world. Okay, you're not just disrespecting your man. You disrespecting children and girls out here that follow you, that pay attention to your moves and what you doing out here. See, God said it. What is it? As much as given is as much as
to whom much is given, much is required.
There you go. You know, I had to turn the page on the Bible one time, but I'm just saying, when you get all of that, tell them, Linda, where's my girl? Where's Linda? Where's Linda at? She got all them Bible verses. She's starting to come back, y'all, because I'm calming down. And, you know, she invited her church people. But I'm just saying, like, for much given, much is deserved. You know what I'm saying? All that old shit. But I'm just saying, when you have the world like Cardi B and all them, I gotta respect what she said. The little Nas X dude did the same shit. He said it on the Breakfast Club. He said, I don't give a shit about them kids. Now it's kids spending money watching you, bro, and buying them Nikes with blood in the bottom of them. We got a world looking up to those type of people.
But he's being honest with you, letting you know how he really feels. He don't give a fuck about the kids.
I get it.
That's how he feels.
But that's how much
that's
the
you know
respect.
Why he shouldn't cash his checks.
Well, here's the thing.
If you don't give a fuck about the kids and they're your consumer, don't cash their checks.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. He can cash all the checks he wants, but he can't cash no check that I'm going to send his way. Because as a parent, my kids won't be able to facilitate his music or buy any of his products, the Nikes or the clothes or his songs.
Don't give a fuck about them.
Right. So that's you know, you pay yourself in that industry. You pay yourself.
And he being honest with you to let you know whether to pay. And instead of making a false accusation, he's saying, I don't give a damn. So it's your choice to spend money.
Right.
And you know what? That's great. You cannot give a damn at all. But when you see, you know how they say when the checks stop coming in, I bet you'll give a damn then. Because you know who pays your bills, who pays your salary. I sort of agree with Fame when he said,
What? Wait, what the hell? What kind of day
yeah,
you
I'm about
having
to have a
today?
double heart attack. Just
You didn't said you.
when he said
Oh,
it's
Tracy,
cheapening
somebody
the
didn't spiked her
brand.
drink. Somebody didn't.
Somebody
Wait,
has spiked my water.
somebody didn't put some shit in your stuff at lunch today, girl. You Fame?
He made
You
a
agree
point
with Fame
saying
and
that she's
Wyatt?
cheapening his brand. And don't get me wrong, I ain't no Sierra hater. I've always liked Sierra. I always thought she was a class act until the other day when I saw that. But it's not just her. You know, I can give the same shit to J-Lo, to Beyonce. It's like, you know, we used to say back in the day, less is more. It's not. I don't even know what I used to say that for. It's just crazy. And it's like, to just go out with nothing up under your dress because it was a theme, number one, lets me know you're a follower, you're not a leader. And I can't get with none of that, especially when it comes to the kids. You know, I always think of when I step out the house, I want to represent my family. I want to represent my parents. I don't want them to see nothing that they have never seen. But, you know, that's on them.
And remember, they took a family nude picture together.
What?
Who
did that? Who did that?
Russell, Sierra, while she was pregnant, he's holding her stomach with both of his hands, got his face in her ass, and they took a picture. So this is not nothing surprising. This is
Wait a minute. You
go
said
along with
family.
what they do.
You said family picture. There were no kids involved in this picture, right?
Man, look at the picture.
They had their children in the picture? Yes or no, CK?
No. All I remember is he had his hands on her stomach. He had his face in her ass, and they put the picture out and publicly. So they are going with what they've been doing since she was pregnant. So why would they change now? They obviously are down with this type of exploitation.
Okay, well,
and that's great. If you're down with it, you're down with it. But just don't expect the people that you posing for to not have an opinion because you're putting it out there. It's not like they're doing none of this in private. If you live your life in public, you're gonna have some public scrutiny, and you just got to deal with it. That all comes with celebrity.
And that goes for the people who had a problem with the post that we put out about what we were talking about. Tracy, did you hear what I said about that? I know you got on a little bit late, but I had some people
No, I was there. Somebody shared your post and said,
a couple people shared
I hope we ain't
it.
talking about it today. And
wait a minute, hold on. How you gonna share the post instead of just leaving a comment under the post and just walking away and not want? Maybe you just didn't tune in today, okay? And you don't want to talk about Sierra or whatever. But how you gonna share the shit? And you prolonging it, like you making people, you're bringing. That's just how we are. I think.
I'm mad you hit me early this morning talking about that marriage contract, and I'm sitting on here talking about Sierra because that's what I really wanted to talk about.
Okay, well, we can get to it.
But I don't want to be long-winded because I know people are trying to call.
Now we can get to it. I'll get to it when this call is up. I'm gonna play the video clip because I know that's what people are here for. Ain't nobody here for the Sierra talk. I just wanted to clear the air on it. You know what I'm saying, sis? Because everybody was coming down on some people. There's just, listen, can we all just get along and just say, hey, some say it's okay for her to wear it and some think it's not okay. All I'm saying to y'all was this. For the people that said it was this event and it was the theme and all that old shit, I'm showing you a woman that was at that same party or that same event, that same night, who is a mother of 3, just like, Sierra is a mother of 4, who's married to a professional athlete. Her husband's name is LeBron James. She
look amazing.
Look at how she carries her. I mean, come on now. This is a woman you don't hear anything about in the media. She carries herself well. They're always together. They've been together since they were 18. Well, since they were 15 years old. She is the epitome of a class. She is the classiest.
And which dress looks better? Wyatt? You could judge the dresses. Which one looks the best?
Are you really asking me that?
A real question.
You asking?
That's how you prove it. LeBron James' wife looked better in that dress than Russell Wilson's wife because the way it fits her body.
But there's so much imagination in this dress, bro.
So you're looking at the outside, not the inside, CK. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they both look good, but if I had to pick, old girl looked better. LeBron James' wife,
you're looking at the curves.
Yes.
Not the illusion.
The breast. Yeah, he did good. He did very good in this picture.
All I can say to you, brother, is, the imagination can run a little wild when you look at this dress with, LeBron James's wife, Sierra James. You don't need much. The only imagination you using on the Sierra dress is, it's just purely, You know, it's a pure sexual situation. I don't know if every man gets sex out of this particular dress that LeBron James's wife is wearing. This is one of the most classiest women that I have seen come out of the hip hop era. Not necessarily the hip hop era, but the new hip hop era, if you want to call it that. Because LeBron James and them are like the next generation of us when
I
it
put
comes
her up there
down.
with Kobe's wife. She's a class act.
She is, but you know, she's very classy. You know,
Woo, she ain't leave him or nothing when he got in trouble, did she? That's a real wife. Now that's what a wife's supposed to do. Stay with your ass when you get caught up in that bullshit.
She got that $4 million ring, and her mom got a house.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. And
first of all, I'm sure Kobe told her probably the truth of what happened, and she didn't really go by what the media was talking about and all that old goofy shit. But you know it's real love because
he was a victim. Remember, he was getting a massage.
Down and get my checkbook.
He wasn't really a victim, but
that's why you got to tip your masseuse when you leave. You can't just leave out of there on your name or talking about credit. You leave $2,000 so you don't have no problems at the end. He didn't tip that woman when he left.
Well, it was actually the room. It was the roommate, the maid of the hotel.
Oh,
yeah, it
hotel service. Yeah.
Oh well, you got to tip her a little extra, man. She cleaning up too.
Yeah. All right. Hey, y'all got anything else, man? Because I'm about to get into this other situation with. I gotta play this video. I gotta play this video, man, because I need to know how folks feeling about marriage. We kind of on.
Read my comment if you could switch over that I said this morning. The difference between the contract and what I'm married by.
Do you remember what you said?
Huh?
Do you remember what you said?
I said that the difference between I'm married under a covenant, which God covers in this house, and I said that the difference between a contract, because everybody's like, marriage is a business, marriage is a contract. Well, yeah, it is a legally binding agreement, but it's also considered to be temporary if that's what you want. But as for me and my house, this is forever, and that's why I'm married under a covenant, and I don't believe in that old contract and BS.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up now. Yeah, I got you. I understand what you're saying. So what I'm
girl talking about a wife isn't nothing but a glorified administrative assistant. I was like, girl, go sit down.
Yeah, and I found that weird. You know, it's good that a woman said it because now we can kind of like it won't have as much velocity on it. It won't come as hard.
It still struck a nerve with me.
I know, but imagine if a man would have said this. Now they haven't seen it yet because I put it in the
Go ahead.
I put it in the I think I put it in Messenger. I sent it out to I don't think I put it in Messenger. I think I sent it out to a few people in the Wyatt group.
Yeah.
Because I try to get a feel for what we're gonna talk about, and I wait for my sisters to respond and some of my brothers, and that let me know if I got some hot grits and sausage going on.
Oh yeah, you set the tone for my day. So go ahead and play it so I can get mad again.
All right, let me get it pulled up real fast, and let me let everybody hear.
All right, thanks, CK.
CK, you still there? I think CK gone, man.
All right, bye.
All right, talk to you. Boy, y'all know I had to pull my popcorn out for that. Ooh-wee. Well, anyway, let's get to one of the topics at hand. I'm off the Sierra stuff. Boo handled that shit for me. Miss Boo handled it. Miss Boo handled that shit. Thank you, Miss Boo. You're welcome here anytime. Anytime we on the same side, I don't want no beef with you. I don't want no problems with Miss Boo. I don't want to battle nobody like that. All right, so listen, let me set the tone to this video clip. It's basically a young lady. I don't know how young she is, but she's probably young to me. She is saying, I'm asking the question, is this how most women feel about marriage now? Is this the reason why most women aren't married? And more importantly, do women feel this way because they think men are truly like what this lady is talking about? I'm just asking. So listen to this video. You tell me what you think. You tell me if it's accurate or what's wrong with this sister, if anything. You let me know. Let me just get it queued up here, and then I'm going to play it. Here we go.
I'm out here telling women that marriage ain't about love. And every time I say that, people out here, oh, she's so bitter, she's so hurt. Who hurt you, sis? When really the bottom line is most men aren't even marrying you because they love you.
When I got married, I didn't necessarily have those feelings. It wasn't like I was head over heels. I really saw this person to be a wonderful choice as a life partner.
Marriage is about your behavior. Legalizing it then makes it a contract between you and another person, an agreement. It becomes business. So when I say marriage is business and people look at me sideways, I'm then like, so why you so pressed to have that paper? If marriage was only about love, you wouldn't sit there and want to sign that contract. If you left it up to God and spirituality, all you have to do is go to your church and hang your ceremony. But if you notice, when you go to the church to get married, you have to have your marriage license already. If it wasn't business, you wouldn't need a license to do it. I want you to realize that men do not marry you because they have all of these amazing feelings for you. They marry you because they like the way that you wash dishes, cook, clean, what you could do for them. Are you a good personal assistant?
Are you a good person or an assistant? Sis, what the hell are you talking about? What era did this young lady grow up in? Roz says she is right in both ways. Where do y'all, Roz, if you don't mind, brother, where do you and this sister reside? Which planet? Pluto, Mars, Venus, stratosphere, what? Zenith? Where y'all from in 2023? Is this how women are thinking today about marriage? They think that a man only want a, what did he say? What did she call it? How good you can wash dishes and shit. That's what men. Where does she live? Whose son is she messing with? Because she's not messing with a man. See, ladies, this is where y'all gonna get mad at me. Tracy Dillingham probably gonna end up calling me back. I don't know. Don't do it to him today, sis. Because I might have messed up the thunder of how you feel about this. But this is a prime example of a woman who has ran into somebody's son that's been raised by a woman. She been running into baby boys. She been running into to sons that have no idea. That's what she's been running into. Marriage is a contract in her eyes. Because she's probably had to get what she want to call some little prenup or some shit in her life. I don't know. But let me just say this. I got married at a young age. You know, I got married in my 20s. That's fairly young for a black man in today's world. Yes. And you very seldom even see it in today, in 2020 something. But I will say this. When I married my wife, I loved her. Did we know each other as we know each other today? No. Did I understand women all the way? No. We were together like 6 or 7 years before we got married. More like 7 years. When I married my wife, I was not looking for someone to have a contract with. And I didn't marry my wife because I felt like she washed dishes well or cleaned up after me well. That's not what I was looking for in life. See, this goes back to the Russell Wilson thing. In my eyes and in my morals and my respect, I got to give my wife all the props in the world because of this reason right here. I was looking for the type of woman that I know that I can have kids with, and I know she would raise them well with me. As a man, as a young man, I knew what I wanted in a woman. That lady who was on here, she's been running into people, to men who don't know what it is. They're not men yet. No man, real man, says all I need from a woman is she got to be able to cook and clean and wash clothes and do dishes real well. You've been running into baby boys, sis. And my question is that what a lot, and don't be shy, ladies. Don't be shy. Women, ladies, gentlemen, don't be shy. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to express something to you that's going to get me somewhat in everybody's doghouse. Tracy Dillingham, let me say this to you, sister. I got my schedule book out again. My schedule book. Y'all know how y'all jump down my ass? And when I say shit like women can't raise men, and y'all just know what I'm talking about, but don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, sis. This lady right here has been running into a bunch of men that still have boy mentality, and they looking for a mama. They not looking for a wife. That's why she having problems. That's why she can't find a man. And that's one of the internal things that I've been trying to tell y'all when it comes to that. When I try to trust and believe and verify what I've been saying. When I try to tell you that it's deeper. Every woman that, including my mother, every one of y'all who have raised handsome, well-respected men, help old ladies across the street, do volunteer work. Y'all, women have raised amazing people, amazing men on your own. But there's just certain things you can't teach a man. And this is it. Bingo. She's run into everybody's son, and she ain't never ran into somebody's son who had a man in his life to teach him. Well, son, this is how you deal with a woman. She ain't never ran into that. And it took me some time to understand, I know what I wanted in a woman. I know I wanted a woman that had an idea on who came from a 2-parent household. That type of shit was important to me. I wasn't like seeking it out, but I was paying attention to where I was selecting a wife from. I wasn't going to fucking Jellos and shit. You know what I mean? I wasn't going into the clubs thinking my wife was in there somewhere. Yeah, I wasn't thinking like that. I was paying attention to things that really mattered to me in life, because the things that matter to me, I got to make sure they matter to her. The shit that matters to her, I got to make sure it matters to me. And I mean, I don't even know what to say about this. I found it to be very offensive. I want to play it again. Let me see if I can play it again so I can maybe write a note or two down. I want to write a couple notes down on this, because she's talking to sisters. She talking to her friends. She talking to ladies out here. Ladies, do y'all agree with what she's saying? I mean, there's some truth to any lie or misinformed information. There's some truth that lies in that type of stuff as well. But do you? I want this question on your mind that I'm gonna pose to you, and then I'm gonna let you watch it and then answer it. Is there some truth that you feel like men only want? And I'll use the word men loosely. Do you feel like a man only wants you for cooking and cleaning and things of that nature? You feel that's the only value that a man sees in women? Is that the type of men that you're running into? Let me play this young lady again.
I'm out here telling women that marriage ain't about love. And every time I say that, people out here, oh, she's so bitter, she's so hurt. Who hurt you, sis? When really the bottom line is most men aren't even marrying you because they love you.
When I got married, I didn't necessarily have those feelings. It wasn't like I was head over heels. I really saw this person to be a wonderful choice as a life partner.
Marriage is about your behavior. Legalizing it then makes it a contract between you and another person, an agreement. It becomes business. So when I say marriage is business and people look at me sideways, I'm then like, so why you so pressed to have that paper? If marriage was only about love, you wouldn't sit there and want to sign that contract. If you left it up to God and spirituality, all you have to do is go to your church and hang your ceremony. But if you notice, when you go to the church to get married, you have to have your marriage license already. If it wasn't business, you wouldn't need a license to do it. I want you to realize that men do not marry you because they have all of these amazing feelings for you. They marry you because they like the way that you wash dishes, cook, clean, what you could do for them. Are you a good personal assistant?
Okay, let me start with something positive. No, it's not. It's not really positive. Let me start with one of the things that I do agree with her on. I'm about to hurt some feelings, but I don't mean to. I'm not doing this intentionally. Sometimes the truth, y'all know I'm facts over feelings over here. I'm gonna agree with the little sister when she says men don't always marry you for love. Men aren't with you always for love. I will agree with that. This has nothing about marriage. This is not marriage that I'm agreeing with. The part where she says men are not always with you out of love. Because I feel like this. I didn't have cousins. I didn't have friends. I didn't have people that I've known my whole life. And they've been with the same woman for 27 years, 25 years, 15, 18 years, and never married her. See, I find that to be a little weird. I find that to be a little weird that a woman don't have a problem with that. And I find it a little weird that a man feel like he can be with a woman for 24 years, 25 years, and it not be his wife. I do find that to be, see, now if she wants to say something about men aren't with you because for love, I would have to be like, okay, I don't think that the people that's been together for 25 years don't love each other. But there has to be a level of convenience there or something. I would agree with her on that. But I'm trying to figure out who, you see, she started the clip saying, people think I'm bitter. No, sis, we know you bitter. We know you bitter. And it's probably not your fault. It probably is. But it solely isn't your fault. And when I say it probably is, it's because, some people ask the question, and this is going to be very insensitive when I say this, but I don't mean it to be insensitive. A woman who's in an abusive relationship with a man, physically abusive, leaves that relationship, however, she gets out, and she finds herself with another man just like that. Leave that relationship after a couple years or whatever, find herself in a position like that again. At a certain point, do we have, it's never the woman that's abusing herself when the man is hitting her. But at what point do we start looking at the woman and saying, when are you going to make better selections in who you dealing with? Now, I know a lot of ladies hating me for making that comment, but you would say the same thing to a man if he kept getting with women that had a bunch of kids and he wasn't taking care of his kids. You would say to yourself, like, damn, what's wrong with him? He must like them old messy girls. That's what you would say about a man that was doing the same things. But I just feel like this young lady has been hurt by somebody's son who don't know how to be a man yet. Because men should not make you feel, as a woman, as a queen, you shouldn't feel like you're at his beck and call for cleaning dishes and keeping him the remote in his hand and making sure everything's, not even if you're a stay-at-home mom and you taking care of the family, no woman should feel like their marriage is a contract. This is why I'm telling y'all, and I know y'all about to trip on me. So what? Y'all keep on thinking that we raising these men, these boys to be men. Sisters, y'all done a great job at doing what you can do. You've done a great job. I'm a product of a mother, 14-year-old mother who had me, who daddy was never part of my life or none of that, okay? Never. And I give my mom all the props in the world. She did the best she could. She raised me the best way that a single mother who ain't have no daddy herself could raise a young man. When did I learn how to be a man? My mother didn't have a father. My mother didn't have a father to even look at and give me some similarities of what men are supposed to learn at an early age from a man. So you have a boy. My mother has a boy, and it's me. How's she going to teach me how to be a man? She can teach me how to be respectful, how to show respect and courteous and all that, but she can never teach me how to be a man for that young lady that was on the screen. And that's what them young ladies are running into out there. They running into men that just don't know, running into boys that have man ages and they just don't have the capacity to understand women. I'm going to tell y'all something that you're going to hate me for, but I'll be the bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy. It is a livable dysfunction that we have learned to live with that goes unspoken. There's plenty of proof of what I'm saying is true. There's plenty of proof. The proof is written on the wall in ink, not in pencil. Nobody's erased it from us. This is information that we can go seek for ourselves, and you would see when we were at our best is when we came from families. And y'all know I'm a man that has 2 young daughters, and I always talk about women can't raise a man. Yeah, I said it. I stick on it. But you have to understand where I'm coming from when I say that. I hate to keep trying to justify that. But now let me say this to you. It's just as important for that man to be in that daughter's life. It's just as important for that daughter to have a dad, because that dad has to set the tone of what a real man is to a woman. The dad has to set the tone. Mom, y'all are very, very, very important to a child's life. We already know that. But there's factors in our world right now that's showing just how important fathers truly are. Y'all know I don't do that stepdaddy shit. If a man has raised a kid like Russell Wilson is raising Sierra's son and Future and Sierra's son as his own, he's not that kid's stepdaddy. That's his son. He's raising him to be a man. He's more of a father, more of a daddy than Future is. Future can just cut a check. Russell Wilson is being a father to him. Now, I don't agree with how Russell moving with his queen or his wife or whatever out there showing her ass, and y'all got a little boy that understand ass out type shit. I don't agree with that. But it's important that that young man wakes up and hears a voice, a man's voice in the morning. Good morning. It's important. Let me go to the phone line. I got a feeling that I'm gonna probably get cussed out, but it's cool. I'm just kidding. Good evening, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Why do you think I'm gonna cuss you out?
What? Say your name again. Say your voice again. Say your voice again.
Marquetta. This is Marquetta. I'm not calling to cuss you out.
No, Marquetta. I thought you was somebody.
I'm not even the sister in the whatever page you on.
No,
that's trying to check you for misogyny.
Marquetta, boy, you ain't gonna believe this. Your voice sound. I can't even remember her name. Somebody gonna put it in the screen. There was a lady that used to call all the time and just argue. If I said 2 + 2 was 4, she would argue with me. It all depends on what you're counting. She would just argue. But what was her name? Somebody put it up there. I can't remember. Somebody gonna put her name up there, Marquetta. But you just came in sounding like her, and that's why I was like, say your voice again. I gotta hear it. You sound like that lady. I can't think of her name. It'll come up. Somebody gonna put her name up there. But go ahead, Marquetta. What's on your mind, sis?
I thought that I would hear from you today about them immigrants rushing the border.
You know what? I was almost going to talk about that, but some of the things that I get into, Marquetta, to be honest with you, become very redundant to people that don't really care about that shit. They don't get it. They get it, but they don't want to talk about it. And so I'm just going, you know, I'm gonna continue to let my point of all of that just continue to build up, and then one day I'm gonna come out and say I told you so.
Man, y'all better wake up. Did you see it?
I've seen it. It was over 1,000. Just rushed them.
Jeez,
And guess
just
who had
rushed
something to
them.
do with it? The Mexican cartel. They saying that the Mexican cartel
That's
put it in social media for them to come through. They've been sitting there waiting for months.
And so that's what I called in about. So I was when Trump was in office. Now here's my thing, brother. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm Black. So I'm looking for who has my best interest. If I do vote, I want you to be on my side. I've never heard Biden or Trump say they're on my side. What I heard from Biden when he came in, he said trans women are being killed every day, every such and such hours. And he neglected the fact that Black women were being killed in a larger frequency under femicide. But he was interested in pushing that trans thing as if being a trans woman makes you more precious than being an actual woman. So I've never been on their side. Kamala Harris, I tried, when you try to talk to our community, I don't know why brother called me a loud heifer. I speak at a normal tone. But when you try to talk to our community, you're right. We shut certain information out. When Kamala Harris was over California, the gangs ran the sheriff's department and the prisons. You look it up. Latino gangs, the cartels is in every part of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and the Border Patrol. Kamala Harris knew it and looked the other way. Instead, she went and pursued parents of truant children. It sounded like a more noble cause. And people supported her because of that. And she was putting people in jail for nothing. So again, Kamala Harris is not a Black woman. She is West Indian and Indian, and she has no allegiance or affiliation to Black American culture. Okay. Then when you talk about Sierra, I always find myself as a woman having to defend Sierra because Sierra is always doing something just indefensible.
I understand.
Now, as far as fashion goes and the genre that she represents, in America, we have so many talented Black artists that you can be overshadowed by the newest hit maker. But since the early 2000s, Sierra is on, if you go across seas to Sweden, United Kingdom, she's on the same level as Beyonce, as Rihanna. She is considered an international sex symbol, an international pop star. That's who she is. Russell Wilson married her knowing that. Now, outside of that dress, if you look at their marriage, they've produced a clothing line, beautiful children. I think she got another one on the way. And both of their careers went to a different, I see brothers always saying since he got with Sierra, his game been weak, etc. But for him, she's the comfort that he needs in his life. That's who when he was married to the white girl, she cheated on him with his teammates. Two or three of them.
When what now? Say that again.
If you look up Russell Wilson's first wife, Russell Wilson is from Cincinnati. He was born here.
Well, he was born in Cincinnati, but he didn't really live here. He was.
He didn't live here, but he was born here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get into that after I say this. So Russell is exposed to a different genre based off of income on who he would mate with. So you date who you're around. He wound up marrying a white woman. And I'm telling you, this white woman that he married couldn't give him children, and she cheated on him with two other players when he was on whatever football team while he was married. That's why he got a divorce. He started seeing Sierra after Future's baby, and he said, I'm going to court you in public so that I can show the world how you're supposed to treat a lady. That's what he came out as, saying we're going to have a Christian courtship. We're not going to have sex immediately. We're going to be together and then we're going to get married. That's the goal of this relationship. That's what he came out to the media and said. Even though Sierra, by a lot of people's standards, was used, twice used and spoiled because she had a baby by Future. 50 Cent said she was the one who got away. She had a relationship that failed when she was younger with Bow Wow. And so she's been pushed out there like she has not been wise with her body. But Sierra's father is a military man, and it was him and his wife who ensured that Sierra's talents was cultivated in dance and singing. That's how she was able to have a hit record by the age of 18 or 19 years old. So Sierra is a symbol, and it's easy to say she shouldn't, because that's Sierra, and she represents. She looked like so many of us. So many of us in Black American culture identify with her. But there have been always naked women, from Josephine Baker. That's how she got popular. She was in France naked, dancing with a roll of bananas around her waist. You know, when you talk about Chrissy Teigen, I posted the link in the chat. She's married to John Legend. Though she's not Black, she's an Asian mix of something. But she was one of the first people I've seen in the last 10 years to just wear her whole vagina out. Her whole vagina. It was part of her outfit. So when she walked on the red carpet, her slit of her skirt was so high that you couldn't miss her vagina. And John Legend stood right next to her. And though she was shamed in white media, Black people ain't think nothing of it. Toni Braxton, she's known for an almost sheer nude dress look. Rihanna, before she got with A$AP Rocky, she had an almost nude dress look. So what I'm saying is, it's part of the genre and the culture, the celebrity status that they have. That's what they do for fashion. That's not. So no, with my big booty, no, I can't walk out of my house in a sheer dress. The city gonna shut down. Everybody can't see that. Kids will be like, ah. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what I was saying is everything that you're saying about these artists or these entertainers, it's true. But that don't mean that it has to be culturally acceptable, especially in one of our cultures, of the Black culture, that has been totally exploited. And we use all the negative things of those cultures, of the exploitation, to big up our culture, and it makes people want to be it when it's very unlikely that you're going to be it. But we don't mind looking like it and acting like it, and then there's repercussions when you don't get there. The repercussions of the things that come along with you not making it as a successful rapper, but yet you put all these fucking tunes and rap songs on your face by tattoo or skulls or basket, whatever you got on your face. Now you got to live with that shit. You see what I'm saying? We got to learn how not to make that part of our culture and make it a permanent thing like a tattoo. And a lot of the people that live like that, and I'm going to say this, I don't, I'm not going to say that I dislike Sierra. It's never been that, to be honest. I think she's a gorgeous woman, but at the same time, I think she hit a lick. I think she hit a lick with Russell Wilson. I don't think she's the same Sierra today if he doesn't come in her life. I think she would have continued to go through the rappers that she was seeing. I just think it would have been like, I can't compare her to someone like Eve. You remember Eve, the rapper?
Yeah, she married Maximilian.
Well, you see what I'm saying? There's a little bit of a different situation there. Eve wasn't out there like that. Eve is a gorgeous woman. She's from the hood. You understand? Like LeBron James's wife. See, it's little things that really touch me a little bit different when it comes to certain women that are married.
That's because you hold women in a certain esteem. Because you're married, you value marriage, you value women, you value reproductive.
But see, you got to understand,
you value stability. Everybody ain't like that.
I know, but you got to understand, and this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt some women when I say this. If more women value self-esteem and all that stuff that they think it's self-esteem because you can come out in a negligee or come out in drawers or come out in a thong, they think that's self-esteem. And to me, it's not really self-esteem. It really isn't. You have the courage to do it. It's not self-esteem in my eyes. I look at it like this. I would want somebody around me that treasures me enough not to want to share me that much or to show me off like that. My respect is a little bit different than somebody. I find it to be disrespectful to let your wife walk outside and everybody can see her ass and all that. That's just totally disrespectful to me and my morals and principles. Let me tell you how disrespectful it is. It's not just disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to the people who gonna lose their daughters to that image. I want to be Sierra, mama. I want to be this. I want to be that. See, those, keep in mind, sis, all of us don't have control of our kids. All of us can't run our kids or point them in the right direction. If we had a nucleus of families that had everybody's shit together, then you could put out a few Nas X's and people that look stupid and do dumb shit and talk about violence and make it sound cool, and then everybody doing things. Because sis, you know, you from where I'm from, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put this out here real quick and easy. Every time me and my partners went and did some dumb shit, bust a move or whatever y'all goofy ass want to say the shit. Every time we went out and did some illegal shit, we put the Scarface, we put the Ghetto Boys in, we put NWA in the tape deck, and it charged us up to go do what we had to do. And I think of that every time, and I say, you know what? I got lucky. All kids don't have somebody to turn them around from that music. All kids don't have somebody to, all little girls don't have somebody to keep them from Sierra type situations or Beyonce. Listen, this goes for Beyonce as well. I love Beyonce's vocals and all that old shit, but I don't appreciate her. I don't appreciate her doing what she do. Put, you know, all these little girls want to be the next Beyonce, so they feel like they can do all the shit she do in her videos or Sierra. I don't respect that. I don't respect Cardi B. I don't respect them because they, you know, they have to do something different in order to be special in that small little world. You see, and I just, and it sounds like I'm a hater, but I know the damage that those people are truly doing. I
That
know
part.
the
And so the
damage.
propaganda we both agree with, because when I say Ice Cube is a terrorist of the black community, when I say 8 Ball and MJG promoted sex trafficking in the black community, when I say 50 Cent and Viacom through BET is flooding our community with propaganda to make you think that our drug dealers are somehow heroes, without showing you the devastating effects that drugs had on Atlanta and Detroit, and them brothers still being in prison. When I say that, oh, she hate men, what's wrong with the music? It's coming straight from the street, etc., etc. But we both see the same thing. We see the degeneration of our people through our own celebrities, knowing what they're doing. They know that they're promoting negative images that we're going to try to imitate, and we're going to eventually assimilate into a culture that is deadly. And it is, because 91% of the new HIV cases is black women.
Well,
we can't really afford to be loose. And here's another thing. I was watching you with the Macho Woman podcast. She's very popular on YouTube. She got like 100,000 viewers because she's always pivoting off of what men are saying on the internet. And you can find them for hours. Every brother got a podcast saying, if you over 25, I don't want you. If you got more than 5 bodies, I don't want you. If you can't cook or clean, I don't want you. So socially, they're promoting that standard as that's what we're looking for in a wife. And women, I don't feel like you're not supposed to be looking for a man. Some of us have to deal with, we're going to be single. We outnumber men. Some of us are going to be single. Some of us are going to be, living vivaciously, doing whatever. And some of us are going to have regrets. Okay. But what you're saying, the bigger part is the culture, the impact that dress has on the culture and what is socially acceptable as a community standard, what is good for our little girls and boys to look up to and have a community standard. I get that. But, as always, the bigger picture is some women are going to be single. Some men are going to be single. They're still going to have sex, and they're going to choose not to marry, because everybody is not looking for marriage. You can have bankruptcy. You can have multiple baby mamas and child support orders. You can have STDs, and you just don't want to get married. Or you can have a failed relationship that didn't work. But the studies are on the impact of men and how men feel lonely, how men are going unanswered in these dating apps, And so men have to kind of relinquish the control they think they have over women's images. Russell looked crazy standing next to that girl. He don't look like he's happy. He don't look like he's sad. He's just looking because he don't have, and that's what a lot of brothers is mad at. You ain't got no control over your wife. Is she walking out here naked? No.
See,
Because even
that
without Russell,
was
she's
kind of
still Sierra.
that was kind of where I was with it. And a lot of people, that's why what I put in the comment, not the comment, but the heading of that post on Facebook, I said, would you let your wife wear something like this? That was a man question. And then I came with another question after that. I paused and I said, do you think women could wear this? Is it because men are insecure? Do you think men are insecure and they won't allow their wife to wear this? I was posing the question for people to say something. And I kind of wanted to get the feedback off of, the photo, yes, but I was looking for something different. And what came was cynical mind people. A lot of people answered it as very defensive. I mean, even to the point of how I asked the question to let her wear it. And to a man, that was a man to man type of a question. Like, because I said, fellas, would you let your wife wear this? And we all know, like, I can't make my wife wear something and I can't make her take something off. We can have a discussion, an argument, we can fuss and fight. But if she wants to wear it, she gonna wear it. Okay.
But if she loves you enough,
that's what I'm saying.
If she respects you enough, she'll listen to what you're saying and y'all compromise.
And that don't make her soft, weak, or anything. Right. That doesn't make any of that. Now, for a man, it's a little bit different. There's certain things that a woman shouldn't do to a man to make him feel okay. Russell Wilson might feel secure because he has multi-million dollars of, he has a bunch of money, and he might feel like his relationship with his wife is secure and all of that. But he's still a man at the end of the day, and he knows what's being talked about. He knows what other men are looking at. He know all that. And there's only women right now that's saying, so what? She go home to him. So, but you don't have to deal with a man's feelings on the inside. You don't have to deal with what we have to deal with, knowing that other men are fantasizing or lusting after your wife, or you just don't know how we feel about that. This is why I said that Sierra gives me Jada Pickett vibes. Because listen, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let you take it from there. The reason why I say she give is because if you look at all the things that people are mentioning that they're involved in their business ventures, I say to myself, would she have that many business ventures going on if she wasn't married to Russell Wilson and he was a $200 million man? Would she be able to hold her own and be able to do all those things on her own? Because it sounds to me like the record company, the fashion company, and all this old shit, that sound like Sierra stuff. That don't sound like a football player guy stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds to me like, okay, my husband is going to support me in what I want to do. Honey, this is what I want to do. If I can't get signed by a big mogul fashion company, damn it, I'm going to start my own fashion company. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, of course, it's a unionship that they have, but I think that she wouldn't be as up right now if she wasn't married to him. That's just how I feel.
And that's probably true. But let's look at this for a minute, because it's really that it's Sierra being a black woman. When Kanye West came out, he was singing Jesus Walks. Jesus walks with me. Everybody thought that's amazing hip hop. This brother then brought Jesus into a hip hop song. But his very next hit was I'ma get on and leave your ass for a white girl. The white girl he left his black girlfriend for at the time was Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian had became known because of a mediocre sex tape with Ray J. Something that Kanye said made him a fan of hers. Kanye was into Kim Kardashian because she was a porno star. He considered her today's Marilyn Monroe sex object. So any nude pictures that she had, he supported it. Anything that she did, whether it be her skincare line, whether it be her hair care line, her clothing line, Kanye West was right there to push her forward. It is Kanye West that made that family, and Ray J that made that family billionaires. But Kim, she doesn't get that level of scrutiny.
Well, she did for
The
me.
re-
She did for me. I've had plenty of
See,
she
you
did for
said
me.
why is Kim Kardashian different from Sierra? And they're best friends. Her and Lala.
No,
Lala was on BMF with her whole titties out while she was still married to Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. Well, let me get to the Kim Kardashian thing. I don't think any man or not a real man. I don't think any man respected Kanye West for marrying someone. I think we even laughed at it. Like, why would you go marry somebody that was known on a sex tape and it's out here in the world and it was a homemade type joint? I know the game of how they made it and what they made. They, hijacked it and made money. I know all about that. I ain't really into that type of stuff, but I don't think any man really respected Kanye's move in marrying someone like that. And now I had a show about that one time. Like, I don't get it. I think he's smart at what he does for music, but like I tell everybody, money don't make you smart. You see what I'm saying? It don't make you wise and shit. And it was very stupid of him. And I know people gonna say, Wyatt, that's very judgmental of you. But look at where he is today with it. You didn't marry this woman that you found having oral sex and sex jobs and all this on the internet. And now you want her to be a housewife. And now you didn't have babies with her. And now you got a problem because she got the kids out there doing the same shit that she was doing before y'all was really together. What you think she gonna do with her daughter? The apple don't far from the tree. What you think they gonna be doing when you met this girl doing whole shit? You think she just gonna all of a sudden stop because you got $1 billion?
But that's the thing, bruh. We always talk about once you reach a certain financial, you know, threshold, then it becomes war. It's no longer just I love you and you love me. Now it's a matter of war. Your economic stability is an act of war. That if you marry me and I'm not your same race, it's war. Because it goes, I don't know what black people in America don't get yet. These people worship Satan. They throw up the two horns at every event. They tell you literally, we're about to worship Satan. Everybody come in, they gather around the TV and they worship with them. And they don't, and nobody cares. You're literally being brainwashed by people who telling Lil Uzi Vert, if you say his name quick, it's Lucifer. Lil Uzi Vert said, I make a city girl believe in Satan. So when we talk about marriage amongst rich people, that's not something that we can look at as regular working people and say, I'm striving towards a relationship like that. These people are purposely promoting the negative in order to bring you into the fold of Moloch, in order to bring you into the fold of Baal. And that's just my opinion. But let's talk about marriage for a minute for black women, because you were showing Black Macho. And I don't know if you watch her or not, but she shows her baby daddy. She got with this guy real quick. He was attractive, nice body. But dude ain't got no job. He was already involved with somebody else. He didn't tell her. She got exposed on YouTube for the relationship.
Hold on, sis. Hold on before you go on, because you're about to educate a few people, including myself. I don't know that young lady. I pulled this video up. Someone put it out there and I found it and I said this would be a good topic. Then I shared it with the group, the messenger group. And some people reached out and said, yeah, this would be pretty good. And it ran down the realms of what I've always said about women trying to raise sons. And I always, when I studied this clip of her, I said she's running into guys that don't know how to be men. So now I want you to tell us a little bit about this young lady. And I think I might have been on point just by the little bit you done already told me about her. So go ahead and continue. Tell us about this young lady.
So she doesn't hide her relationship issues.
Okay.
She is a response to. So I would say since 2008, there's been a very heavy, when you hear Black women angry about misogyny, it's not coming out of a vacuum. It's because they're seeing it in social media. And we locally, we take it out on the men that's local to us. But it's not them. It's the social media atmosphere has created something called the manosphere. Kevin Samuels was a very popular figure of the manosphere, basically trying to get women to want to be in a functional, loving, committed marriage. Kevin Samuels was saying, look, sister, you heavy. You're over 200 pounds. You older. So what? You got so many degrees. You ain't got no man. You got to prioritize love in your life, et cetera, et cetera. So other men began to parrot Kevin Samuels' talking points, but they were not as sincere. Because I talked to Kevin a few times, and Kevin was not what they make him out to be, neither male nor female. Kevin was embarrassed at how we were acting in public as Black women, being fat, arguing with waiters, dancing on tables at restaurants. He was embarrassed by that. He was embarrassed that Black men were known as baby daddies and not husbands, and he was trying to fix it.
Well,
And that's what
I'll
he came
openly
in
say
with his image.
I'll openly say it on Wyatt Live. It embarrasses me as well. And I've heard people say it on their platform, on radio and podcasts, local in Cincinnati, trying to make it seem like that we shouldn't be embarrassed because of what people do. I'm embarrassed when I see a little boy that reminds me of me if I see him in a Walmart or a Target and he's acting a damn fool. That's embarrassing to me because somebody that looks like me is supposed to have a level of control there and the ball's being dropped. And the first thing people do is they try to make it seem like we out of our lane. The village is no longer there. Mind your business. That shit drives me crazy when I used to hear this dude say, mind your business. You know what? If you care so much about Black people and Black Lives Matter and all that old shit, how could you even say mind your business? You know, it was contradictory to me. So I'm
But
sorry
we
I cut
came
you
up
off.
at a different time. We came up in a time where your neighbors were your family. We came up at a time where you couldn't go down the street and Mr. Such and Such seen you acting a fool and he not check
But
you.
now let me ask you something, sis. You got a great point there. Answer this for me. Why isn't it like that today? Don't get real long with it. Just answer this one for me. Why? Who changed that for us? Us.
Well, we hate each other now.
Nobody
I don't
stepped
care.
up and
I
changed
don't care
that.
who don't like it. Rick Ross conspired with the United States government to bring crack cocaine into America. It became insatiable. Cocaine was cool and cute, but crack, you selling your baby for crack. You gonna shoot a nigga over them Jordans for crack. For crack, you gonna fix everybody's car for $10. Crack changed the game for Black America. And that's why I'd be so hurt and upset that we promote in BMF. Meech is still in prison. He is not coming home. He is not a hero. He helped to bring crack cocaine through Detroit, down through Atlanta, down through Arkansas, destroying complete communities. When you start trying to be a capitalist, and it goes back to what I always say about reparations, and again, I don't care. We can say you ain't gonna get no reparations. Quit asking people for reparations. These people is they are invading America, and the immigrant population is being set up against the Black population.
I keep trying to tell people
So
that,
everything,
but they not listening.
for everything that Black people crave and desire and want from their government and been begging for, the immigrants get it. From DACA to them coming in now, getting hotel rooms for $10 million a day and food and whatnot. And they get better living than people who've been in this country for 200-300 years. And because Black people do not value ourselves as a group, the only time that we value each other is when we're voting. You got to vote, brother. If you don't vote, you doing something to our ancestors. But as a group, we don't have that love. And I say it's through the media, through music, through people like Sierra and Beyonce, that you've gotten a negative self-talk. I remember one time I sung in front of my daddy. He was so mad. I could be a freak until the dawn. I was about 19. Man, I don't think I sang do for another 2 years.
Wrong lyrics.
Wrong lyrics.
Well, let me just say this, sis. I understand where you're coming from, and these are the conversations that I love to hear and love to have because they cover several different things all at one time. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm just looking for my men to step up and say these things because that's where the leadership. I hate to say this because I'm not a chauvinistic guy, okay, but these things can come into fruition for us if more men had this type of attitude because they would take responsibility and do what needs to be done for their shorties, for their kids.
I agree with that. But let me say this, I'm gonna hang up.
Go ahead.
If your voice wasn't out there, who would talk about the things you talk about?
You mean on this show?
Yeah, if you were not doing your podcast, who would be discussing what you discuss?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a few that are already
Nope,
out there doing it, but
nope,
yeah, I'm sure there's
nope.
somebody.
All of the popular social media content today by Black men is podcasts on relationships and why we can't get women to submit, why we can't get women to marry, why we have to get a passport to go across the world to find a woman, why we don't like the women who look like us, they too degree, they talk too much, etc., etc. But it's what you just said. If men would check men, because steel sharpens steel, if men would check men, we would be a more powerful voice when our country gets invaded because they're dropping them immigrants off into the Black communities in Chicago, destroying your vote.
Well,
They're dropping those
let me
immigrants
say this.
off in sanctuary cities like Cincinnati, destroying your Democratic or Republican vote, destroying it.
Let me say this.
And for that, men have to organize, and men cannot organize around policing women and policing women's body and telling women they have to get married. Mary J. Blige was married. She got ran through the ringer. All her money got taken. Wendy Williams, she was married. She got ran through the ringer. Her husband went and had a baby on her, demanded alimony and child support for a baby that wasn't even hers. So marriage is not attractive when you don't have men as a group who are like you, protective of women, protective of children, who don't see women and children as a threat, but instead see them as people they're supposed to protect and who's supposed to make sure their government is doing what they're supposed to do with their tax dollars. We don't get that. We get Sierra is a bad mom. We get, the women are whores and they're doing this and they're doing that. They won't get married. It's not, look at Blueface and Krishan Rock. He's been running this girl for the last 3 years through the media, promoting the most toxic relationship behavior. Now she's pregnant and he all on the internet telling her how she needs to get an abortion. So women like that manosphere speak lady. Again, if you watch her, she met a guy. He was already involved. She got pregnant by him. He ran off on her. He don't pay child support, maybe $240 a month, but it's always here and there. And based off of her content on these social medias, she make $100,000 a year. So she's frustrated, she's angry, and she sees other men parroting that same talking point. And we're not, as a group of Americans in this country, we're not comfortable like that. You're not in a place where you can sit and point at the women and say, nah, not a boo boo. We're not in a place as women where we can point at the men and say, nah, not a boo boo. And if we don't get it, in the next 10 years, we're about 14% of the population. In the next 10 years, they're saying, one, we're going to have a zero wealth as a group. So it'll be flat wealth. And you're going to be decimated at least by 3%. So if you're 14% of the population now, look at about 10 to 12% within the next 10 years, and you're not going to have any power because they're flooding us with immigrants from Africa, from the Caribbean, from South America, and they get more benefit out of being American than we do. I'm going to listen to you offline. Thank you, Wyatt.
Appreciate you, Marquetta. Thanks for tuning in, calling in this evening. Thank you. Appreciate it. She got some valid points about a whole lot of things that I get to and that I say that we talk about here. Valid points. I'm gonna say this. I don't know if it makes me a hypocrite because me being on social media right here, right now, I think social media is a great tool. It's an amazing piece of technology. It's a great tool that's going to lead us into the future. But like anything great, there can be some bad involved. And there's a lot of shit on the internet, being podcasts, being TikTok, that is so toxic. And it is it's becoming normalized by the children. People, kids my kids' age, 18 to 22 and a little older. I made a comment the other day about TikTok. TikTok is probably something that's innocent to you. To me, TikTok is a problem in a lot of ways. I mentioned this the other day. TikTok is training our children to have such a short attention span. And when you train to have a short attention span, you're being trained not to really pay attention long enough to understand something. It's reputations. It's reputation. It's a repetitive move that if you learn constantly that you can get as much information in 30 seconds, and that's all it takes to get a story or get your understanding of something, then you're opening yourself to be manipulated at a really, really fast pace. Now you got to understand, man, the art of war is catching people off guard. That's the first rule of art of war, is to catch people off guard when you attack. And how do you keep people off guard? You make them feel comfortable by the things they're doing that seem to be normal for them. This is why I say I ain't never got punched in the face by a dude that said he was going to do it. I promise you. I have never, and I done been in 20 fights in my life as a kid, as a younger dude. I ain't saying I won all of them. I sure in the hell didn't lose all of them, but I'm telling you the truth. I have never in my life been punched in my face by some big badass dude who said, I'm going to punch you, threatening, getting all up and rushing and all. That ain't the motherfucker I'm worried about. It's the quiet one over there. It's the one who don't say he coming. It's the one who sneak up on you from the side and knock you the fuck out. Tell you a little short story. It ain't long, it's very short. I used to go to the basketball on certain days during the week with family, like nephews and shit like this. I got one nephew, I ain't gonna say his name, he probably listening tonight. I got one nephew who's grown up tremendously. I've been in his life since he was 4 or 5 years old. I've been in his life forever. He's on my wife's side. Very reputable young man at this point. But he ain't always been it. He's always been reputable. He's always been nice, but he ain't been the kind to listen at an early age. He gonna fight the police. He gonna rustle and tussle with them, and he gonna call me a name because I told him how to handle it. But he understands now what I was saying. Rough point in our life. But we used to go play ball together, younger ages. Go to different people's gyms across the city, just for the rec. But for some odd reason, this little motherfucker get into an argument no matter where we go. Now, he ain't from where we from. He wasn't raised like us. We from down the way. He wasn't raised like me. I kind of peep shit. I scopes it before we start lacing up our tennis shoes. I know who all cool with who and who there with each other. I know. You look for things like this because your bag come up missing. You can get robbed. Anything can happen. He ain't from that. But he still get into it with anybody and everybody. In the gym, he might get scored on. And he'll say some smart shit like, oh, that wasn't shit, motherfucker. Blah, 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 blah. Just spark some fire. Make motherfuckers get in a different frame of mind other than basketball. And I used to be like, bro, look, you can't do shit. We on their court. We don't know these people. We don't know these dudes. Man, fuck them. That's the old school, the little hothead. Man, fuck them. Fuck them. You fighting and arguing with a dude, you in his face, and he the one that's talking all that shit to you. Man, I'll fuck you. Go to the parking lot. Let's get out there. Let's fight. And I'm sitting back and see what happens after like 10 or 12 times you done been through this with your people. You just be like, okay, I ain't coming with them no more. Number one, I'm a little older than them. You can't let him fight and you just watch. I can't let him get jumped and he just get his ass beat. I gotta get in the fight. That's just where we from. We gonna fight. But one thing he never would watch out for is when he's sitting here arguing with somebody face to face like this. He ain't never looking for the side play. He ain't never looking for the quiet motherfucker. Some of y'all pay attention to the loud person who ain't gonna do nothing. And you're not paying attention to the quiet motherfuckers over there that's them the ones gonna hit you the hardest because you ain't gonna see it coming. It's just like in boxing. The punch that knock you out, that ends the fight, is the punch you never see coming. You don't clutch for it. You don't brace for it. It just gets you cold and you look crazy on your way down to the ground. You start snoring. I took that training from down the way to life, to the world, to what I do now, whatever. You know, I'm always looking at the quiet dude. I'm always looking at the one who throw the rock and hide the hand, and I look at who watched him throw the rock. Oh, they together. I get it. I'm going to watch that person. We focused on the loud one. The TikTok is a slow play. The TikTok is a slow play. I'm watching it. TikTok is letting you fall in love. TikTok is keeping you it's catering you. It's putting you in a position where you just indoctrinating into that situation. You are becoming manipulated to that 30-second play. And what's crazy is you got a group of people right now in politics. You know, there's two groups, Republicans and Democrats. And you got one group of people that now all of a sudden wants to try to do a ban on social media. They don't want it to be influential in politics. That's what it really is. When in fact, to be honest with you, it's so crazy to me to watch people get slow walked. I know this is a little off a little bit. Some may not be keeping up because I can get bipolar on some shit. But this social media ban that the government is trying to do is the same people who actually had that advantage a couple years ago. See, when TikTok was doing what it was doing and influencing the public of who was bad and who was good and who got cases pending, and then when they was using that to influence people to vote, it was all good just a day ago because the shit was working in your behalf. But now that you didn't utilized it for what it was worth, the manipulation piece, now you want to try to act like this is evil. This is evil. It's like a motherfucker who robbed a bank and then look at us because we ain't got no money. But dude, you robbed a bank to come up in life. You robbed a bank and bought 15 ice cream trucks, and now your family is UDF. Y'all the richest family in the Cincinnati area, but y'all smashed doors and crushed people's. Y'all stole the come up. And now you looking down on us? That's how I feel certain parties are. That's how I feel how certain people do this slow play. And that is, you didn't have no problem when TikTok was working for you. You didn't have a problem when social media was working for you. But now all of a sudden, when it could possibly go the other way around, or when Elon Musk buys Twitter and exposes some of the stuff of what wasn't being said about your man who you voted for, or what wasn't being talked about with the COVID-19. Now, all of a sudden, we got to get these places under control. It's a slow play. I remember the first person I ever heard TikTok was bad. Y'all gonna think I'm capping for this dude, but the first person I ever heard say that TikTok was bad and ran by China was that President Trump dude. And you know what I heard? That was 2.5 years ago, maybe? It was during the election process. It was during the debates and all that old shit. You know what I heard from the black community? And TikTok gonna hurt us more than anybody. We all gonna go through the pains of the TikTok takeover and all that shit. But everything that goes wrong hurts the poor and the less privileged in America. We the first one to feel the pain. But the first person I ever heard say something about that TikTok shit was the Trump fella. And you know what our response was? I even heard a person that had a local podcast who ain't here no more talk so bad about that situation, about, see, that's them trying to censor us. They want to take our privileges. They don't want us to be able to do what we do with our podcast. They don't want us to be all, they don't want us to make our money on monetization. It was all about how the truth didn't want us to prosper. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They didn't want the truth to be told about TikTok. So the wrong person brought it up. I keep telling Donald Trump can't say shit to this country. He can tell you that the sky is blue and y'all gonna say, well, when is he gonna get indicted? Some of y'all are sitting back watching the news. This is how easily you're influenced. You listening to CNN tell you that a man is going to get indicted on a misdemeanor charge. There's lawyers sitting back here knowing better than that rhetoric. I got something for you because somebody said CNN don't lie. Well, let me ask you this. They're talking about this Donald Trump fella paying off this stripper girl before the election of when he was elected. Hold up a second. You are really concerned as citizens who looking for something out of this country? You'll get boggled up in some slow play bullshit of a man who wrote a check, maybe, I don't know, for $50,000 to a stripper because he had an affair or whatever. Let's say he's guilty of all of that. He's not going to jail. It's not a felony. What are you talking about? You know what you're talking about? Exactly what certain people want you to talk about. Let's focus on some bullshit so the real shit won't be discussed. We're easily manipulated. We're easily manipulated. I'm going to take my time to say it. We're easily manipulated. Let me just say this to you. When he was saying where the virus came from, he said China, you didn't even like how he said it. When he said about the border, you didn't like the fact that he was telling you that it was going to be massive border crossers and it was going to be horrible on this country. You didn't like how he said it because you've been manipulated to hate a motherfucker. COVID was his fault. Remember, y'all? Remember? COVID dropped during his administration, remember? And I heard some of y'all saying, including our current president right now, that if it wasn't for Trump, 100,000 people wouldn't have died of COVID in America. As if that damn COVID wasn't in 152 other countries. I listen to the radio every day and y'all talk more. I don't listen to it every day like that. But every day that y'all listen to that bullshit, every morning y'all listen to that bullshit and they talk more about former presidents than they do the current president. Why is that? Would you stand around your girlfriend if every time you talk to her, she talking about her ex when she got a new man? What would you think? Like, damn, girl, you've been away from James for shit. What? 2.5 years now, girl. Why you still worried about James? What the fuck Leroy doing for you? You ever thought about why people want you to hate someone? You ever thought about why people talk so bad about somebody? But don't talk good about the person that y'all got in common? I don't understand how we so easily influenced when you have a track record in front of you of trash. You got a group of people right now that'll look you in your face and lie to you. And here's the thing. Y'all know that bank that just shut down? SBV or SVB? Silicon Valley Bank? Those are rich white folks. Why y'all give a shit? Ain't that what y'all say? The government is about to bail out a bunch of rich white folks. Who stepped up and said, and everybody who read it, who stepped up and read a comment and said, well, everybody that had money in the bank, don't worry about it. We're going to make sure you get your money. 93% of the people that had money in that bank had over 250,000 a piece in it. Do that sound like motherfucking credit union down on Land Street? Who he talking to? Who is he helping? Elitists. The elite. They promoting power cars. He don't get, our president want us to buy electric cars. Well, you better go get in a common electric car, bro. Go get in one that's like 25,000 in the base model with 4 wheels. And it might not have air conditioning. You might have to roll the windows down. Get the base model out. Nah, this motherfucker go get in a Hummer, 2023 Hummer, electric, $125,000 car. And that's the one he gonna get in and show everybody. See, this is how we live. This is how the world should be in electric cars. Get in 5,000. He's not. These guys are not common down to earth people. Are not down to earth common people. I've always told you that I got a problem with anybody that's rich that fight for the poor, especially if you make your money and get your prospering off the poor. That's like me saying, okay, guess what? I'm a dope man. I got product. I make my money off of people who smoke my product, but I'm a weed everybody off my product. What sense that make? Oh, you a fiend? All right, well, shit, let's have this conversation. Do you really want this dope? Don't you want to clean your life up, Roy? The fuck you thinking? You got a family and kids. You just got a $1,200 check. Fuck you giving me your money for? Why, Roy? Why? Why would you do that? Take it to the other dope man, Roy. I don't want your money. That sound ridiculous now, don't it? I got one I want to share with you because I've heard like on E-Man show, he told some people like, show me where CNN then lied about some shit like Fox did and held on to a lie. I can give you one right off the top of my head. Jesse Smollett. They put our Chaos Agent of the Year on CNN and told his story every day and added theories to it and talked about this man since he was a little baby and turned him into a star and all that old shit. And the boy was lying the whole time about Trumpsters calling him the N-word and treating him like shit and put a noose around his neck. He put that out on CNN and CNN ran with that shit. And the investigators in Chicago were telling them this is not probable. Chances are this never happened. They knew that it was a force. They knew it was fake. They knew it was fake. CNN kept going with it. There's one right there. You want another one? I'll give you one that y'all saying that and I brought Jesse Smollett up because he was our last year Chaos Agent of the Year for the Wyatt Live crew for the family. Chaos Agent of the Year was Jesse Smollett. Now the two guys that he paid, the two African dudes, the two black dudes that he paid to kidnap him or beat his ass are coming out now with a tell-all situation. So now I'll give you another one. Y'all talking about this Trump fella then paid this porn girl to cover up some shit, right? A little bit time before the elections. Like, if this would have got out, if this Stormy Daniels lady would have got that story out, he wouldn't have been elected. He would not have been elected. Let's just use that logic of what they're saying now is true, because that's what CNN is saying now. That if he would have told the story and that lady would have came out about them having an affair, which had nothing to do with presidency, had nothing to do with anything. It was just him having an affair, and I'm not making light of it. I'm not making light of it. It's just that now they saying that he paid this lady to stay quiet. Let's just say he did. Let's say he's guilty of all of that. Now, let me ask y'all something. Why didn't Biden come out, or why didn't the government come out before the election of his classified documents? Why did they hold all of that? Why did they seal that until after the election? They knew about it. They knew about it. You don't hear CNN talking about that. It's not a fair fight. They're not trying to make both sides look bad. If they were doing that, if it was a fair fight like that, I would respect them. And then where I get a little wild hair in my ass about it is this. Now you got people that piggyback off the bullshit from CNN and they bring it to your local stage. They bring it to your local people, and I can hear them reading the information that they getting. They can't even trust them. They can't even verify it. These are reporters, not journalists, that are telling my community a bunch of bullshit. That's what I got a problem with. You don't even look at a situation and be subjective about it. You just bring it to my people and you present it to them as if it's a fact because somebody said it. It's lazy, it's disrespectful, and it's an injustice that you do to your own people just for a check. I said it. And we had one motherfucker that was doing a podcast doing the same shit and didn't have no problem doing that. The only difference is he wasn't getting no money. That make it worse. Wasn't getting money. The same folks that you sit back here and try to make them feel like that shit was validated. And yeah, the black people this, the black people that, and we this and we that, and you co-signing white boys is running into black churches, and you introduce y'all falling for that bullshit that you didn't fail for way too long. And you promoting it. Now, where them motherfuckers at now when you need them to stay alive? Where them same white motherfuckers that had your people on the fish hook, where are they when you need them most? And don't get me into the black politicians. They used them too. They used them to get where they at, and they didn't help them. I don't see no checks flying around for a motherfucker that help you get where you at. I don't see that. Any of y'all? Any of y'all? Motherfucker asked me the other day, hey man, how would you like to get I'm gonna vote for you. This was a couple months ago. I'm gonna vote for you for the this award it's a newspaper. I think it was the Herald. I got a little nephew that works like with the Herald. He got a little podcast. He do interviews and stuff. And I was told, man, we're gonna get your podcast out there, and we're gonna let the people at the Herald know what you're doing, and this and this and that. I said, don't do that, man. Let me work, do what I do. If you want to do it, just do it. But I can't do nothing special. I'm not gonna do anything advertise. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not doing it for that. Because I know motherfuckers that get awards from them places and it don't put no food on your table. You get a little trinket ass, raggedy ass little plaque you put on the wall, and it can have whatever. It can have Herald on it. And I don't mean any disrespect to the Herald or anybody like that. I don't mean any disrespect to the NAACP and all that old shit. But they don't pay my rent. They don't pay my bills. They don't pay anything that I have going on. It's called fun bucks to me. I'm a real depositor. I don't deposit bullshit. I can't get no more real than that. And I sat back and I watched and I listened to the misinformation and I listened to the sways. I listened to people sway a certain way. I listened to the misinformation during an election. Listen, it even got so crazy that they would talk about Ice Cube. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. Ice Cube is talking about the black agenda. Have y'all heard anything about a black agenda yet? Didn't Biden and them, it's been 2.5 years. Ice Cube is sitting there wondering what the fuck. He's dead. He didn't held his breath too damn long. Now what? Anybody heard anything about remember what Biden said? Well, once the election is over, we'll have a conversation about that black agenda. Am I losing it? Is it over? Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that? That wimpy shit? I'll pay you gladly on Tuesday if you get me a hamburger today. I don't want to make light of it because I'm talking real shit. I remember what politicians say during they run. I specifically remember all the shit that Biden said. What happened to his black agenda? Since y'all black media love to ask white folks or white politicians, even black politicians, y'all love to ask that dumbass question. And they love to be disingenuous and give you an answer. And that question is, what's your black agenda? And they'll give your dumbass an answer. Because they know you'll fall for it. Oh, if you don't have nothing, if you don't have anything on deck, then you look stupid. Oh, see, he ain't for the people. But if you make up some shit and put it on your website, highlight it, you winning. Because you ain't got to serve it. You ain't really got to be about it. All you got to do is put it on there and be efficient. Put it on there. Don't miss that shit. So all the politicians know. I watch some of y'all people interview people, talk all that shit about them. And then as soon as they come on their show, they got a whole different energy. Ha ha, giggle and laugh. But when they ain't on there and they talking shit about these people, they racist, they this, they don't do the right shit. They ain't gonna do this right. They always doing this to the black man. They do this to the black people this, black people that. And then as soon as they step on your area or they pull up on your ass, you don't have that same energy. You don't have that same energy. Y'all don't like the police union dude. I didn't see him pull up on motherfuckers and all of a sudden they ha-ha and giggling and chi-chiing and cha-chaing with him. They might as well just dance. I don't hear you criticizing the same people that you put in office that ain't doing a damn thing for you. I don't hear it. All I know is shit ain't changed. You just need representation. You don't need no real motherfucker. Just be honest, man. Just be honest. Just be honest. All you got to do is look around the United States of America. The ones that bitch about equality got some of the most raggediest city councils, got some of the most raggediest police divisions. Have y'all seen Flint, Michigan? Please go to my Facebook page. I am about to bust some of y'all heads with Eric. Anybody familiar with Councilman Eric Mays? He's got to be, they call him Uncle up in Flint. The black man is a problem up there in Flint, Michigan for those folks up there. Any of y'all ever heard of Eric Mays? Councilman Eric Mays. He will cuss your ass out at a council meeting. He might have had a drink or two, but he gonna cuss you the fuck out. But he talking that shit. He talking real. He sound like it. He sound like my cousin that used to, like an old head that used to who used to let us have it when we was younger. I mean, he would give us the business. But y'all, we need somebody like that who gonna keep it 100. Y'all ain't ready for that. And then they try to make him look like a fool. Try to make him look disruptive. Try to make him look like he don't really know. Like he ain't got no, like he don't have no manners. I know he ain't the easiest person to deal with. I love to have him on my show because he is why I can't be on city council. Look him up. Eric Mays, city councilman Eric Mays in Flint, Michigan, where the water is messed up. Look up Eric Mays. You will be shocked. And y'all, look, he is the alter ego of me. I promise you. A lot of people be like, hey, Wyatt, why don't you run for city council? I can't because I'm too real like Eric Mays. I might not have that same approach, but I guarantee you, I probably wouldn't say what he say, but I would probably say it in I'd have a little bit more diplomacy in my delivery, so to speak. But he hold them accountable. He said, y'all, we gave y'all an $11 million budget for lawnmowers and for to fix the cement. Gave y'all the money for the trucks. $11 million. And he put his head of person on blast right in the city council meeting. He said, why aren't you fired yet? See, that's me. I might not say it like that, but I would say, who's responsible for having this particular person over $11 million and we got brand new lawnmowers and we don't have any grass cut in the city? And we paid $11 million to this guy and he's running our division and we still got all these potholes, but yet in that budget, it was $11 million worth of concrete to be able to fill these potholes. Why is this like this? And it's been like this for 2 years. And now we're working on a new budget for you. That makes no sense. Just check out Eric Mays. That's all you got to do. You'll watch him one time and you will not, you trust me, you'll watch him one time. And if you don't even care what he's talking about, you'll watch it again. You'll watch another video because he's fascinating. And you would be like, this shit is not real. This got to be a skit. Somebody is on TikTok on some bullshit. This is not real. They putting words over his mouth. This is real. It's real. And he'll tell city council members, he'll tell them, shut up. You talking all that shit up here and you ain't even from here. See, that's me. That's what I would say. You ain't even from Cincinnati. But he would say Flint. You from San Diego. How you care more than me? I live here. I was raised here. And see, they water messed up. They got I will show you. Look at all the big mouth cities and municipalities in the United States. The ones that are messed up the most are the ones that have the most representation, and I'll stand on that. Them the ones that y'all bitch and complain of where we at, where the DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. I know y'all don't feel me on this. But I just talk because I'm from the sewer. I'm from the gutter and I'm going to bring it to you gutter. That's just how it is. That's my time, folks. I got to get out of here. Peace and love to everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock, 5:15-ish or something like that. Sorry I get to the gutter sometime, but it's just what I got to do sometime to get where I'm going. Holla at y'all.
I think the beat's the rough slinger, dinger, ding, look at me swing it like a swinger. I rig it, rock the microphone, I'm prone to rock it, don't jock it. I'm quickity, quick, figgity, thick, yo, drop it. I'm flipping the flap, so check out the rap skill, ill, ain't it? I figured to find the funk to give me a track so I can drain it, or drain it like Drano. Kids make go, cause I'm a rhymer. I stick to this thumb, the cup like a diner. Sick, get this sort, figure it, finger, fork, leg, lock, hot, hook, spit. the blood style is what I'm kicking. So next up, I kick it, call my nigga with the slang. The Iggy ill from freaker, the speaker. Hot diggity damn, diggity yes, I'm diggity grand slamming like a Homer Simpson. Pimping the microphone on a mission. Mission accomplished, Duke, I'm kicking paper with my nigga. Oh shit, my nigga from Jamaica, crack a 40. I spiggity smoking up blunts, that OG. Bringing the front from Crown Heights straight to California. IAB, see me on the freestyle. Chill more props than Benny Hill. What I be got? Damn, they playing me in the master mix. An happy head, construction dark, question mark, asterisk, I flip up, bang, knock the baby out your sister. The figgity funk flipper, packs a doozy in my zipper. Remember the time I whipped it, smacked it, flipped it. You figured that I was a dick, so I kicked it. The young flippin' the tongue superstar. I'm freaking the float like there ain't no tomorrow. I'm horrifying, kid I be wrecking. Shiggity shop when I rock, there's no half stepping. So give me the mic check, get respect, dude. I'm gnarly. I bet you if I was 10, then I'd be fucking Barbie. So shimmy the bop, boom, hey yo, dude, can I give up? Shiggity shop to my nigga, oh when the jibber, jabber, draw, riggedy raw when I'm kicking. I'm flipping the tongue, so figgity B5 from no slipping. I'm wicked, wild, freaking the style when I blabber. I swing it for DOS effects when I flex, I won't stagger or stutter. I rig the record quick with my crew. So lights, camera, action. Tickety take two, roll 'em. Tickety check the flow, I'm swinging it like my nuts beat, swinging from my shoulder. Oh, shooter, I'm bringing a power move left, G from the sewer. Test the microphone, 1, 2, the nigga. The jibbity jibber jabber talk, jibbity blabber rapper. Tickety dapper living in the rapper, the ghetto. Making a nigga petro as I let go. My birds with an echo from Bismarck to Pepto, the Wiggity woogity books can make your clock turn. I riggedy rocks the spot just like my cock dots burn. My riggedy freaks the ill rap. I'm still strapped, don't test me. I pop shit, pop tart to piggity pop. Cherries, correct G. My style is fat, so I swung it, bunted. The riggedy rock that Brooklyn nigga brung it.